Good morning, everybody. We got a special game in Germany, Munich, Germany. Damian Lee, you are right. I am up early, ready to get at it, get the day going. This is going to be one long day of football, and honestly, I could not be more excited. This is going to be a really good time. How are we doing this morning? Great to have you here so far. 5 people liked already. Love to see it. We're about 10 minutes away from kickoff. We have the Seattle Seahawks and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We're definitely going for the Buccaneers in this one. Yes, I am. Yep, definitely up early, Damien. It's always a good time, my man. Hell yeah. All right. So, 9 minutes away from kickoff, Seahawks and Buccaneers. It is quite early here. I am on the West Coast. It's 6:21 in the morning, just moments away or minutes away from kickoff, and this is going to be a fun day because after we got a lot, there's a lot of good games on today. And of course, we're going to be ending the day with the 49ers and the Chargers. The 49ers hosting the LA Chargers. That's going to be a whole lot of fun. If you're new here, definitely check out my channel. Like the stream, subscribe to the channel if you are new. But we're going to be here all day long, and we're Buccaneers fans today, folks. We are Bucs fans today in this game. Niners, couple games back really from the Seattle Seahawks in the NFC West. So hopefully Tom Brady and the Buccaneers, they did us a favor last week, and they were able to beat the Rams. Now can they do it and beat the Seattle Seahawks? We'll see. This is the first ever regular season game being played in Germany. This is in Munich, Germany. There's Tom Brady right there, getting ready to go. He's got Mike Evans out there. That's a good sign. We're going to need as many weapons as possible to beat the Seahawks. Hopefully the Buccaneers can do their thing. Seattle's been playing really, really well all season long. They've actually won 4 in a row. So they go from being 2-3, people thinking they're going to be rebuilding, all the way up till 6-3 now. And they're looking to extend that as they head into their bye week after this game. Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning. We're all super excited here. Shifty's 49ers talk. I'm going to be here almost all day long. I got my coffee drink. We're ready to go, ready to rock and roll. Coming up after this game will be the Vikings and the Bills. Hopefully Josh Allen can go. That'll make it a real fun game. Should be a fun game either way, though. But we got action coming for you. Coming right up. This is going to be a good time. Let's see if there is any news, any breaking news or anything like that with regards to this game. Who's in, who's out. If there's any unexpected players who are inactive, anything like that. We love it. Love it, love it, love it. All righty. So in the comments, feel free to put your predictions for this game. I think, man, this is a tough one because we saw last week Tampa Bay really struggled to move the ball on offense until the very, very end. This is gonna be a tough one to call. I mean, I think that Seattle probably wins this, especially when you're traveling very far. The team who plays sound, fundamental football is the team who's typically going to win. So we'll see how it goes. I believe, I think the Seattle Seahawks will win the game, but I am rooting big time for a Buccaneers win. Get a little bit closer to the Seahawks in the NFC West. That's all I'm looking for. Of course, tonight we're going to have the 49ers and the LA Chargers, Sunday Night Football, and that is going to be a good one. Damian Lee says 17-10 Tampa Bay. Yeah, I mean, you're right. I think you're right that it's going to be a relatively low-scoring game. That's just, the way I completely agree with you there. I think it's going to be relatively low-scoring. This is the first official NFL game regular season game in Germany. Technically, Tampa Bay is the home team, but we're in Germany, so, in terms of, like, who has the advantage there, it's really just like a neutral field. But I think Seattle's probably going to take this. I would say like 20-14 or 20-17 Seattle would be my prediction, although I really do want Tampa Bay. I want Tampa Bay to win, but I think Seattle just is a little bit more fundamentally sound, and they've been really hitting their stride. They've won 4 in a row, looking to make it 5 in a row. Both teams head into a bye week after this game. So I'm going to say I think that I think Seattle wins this one. I'm not going to say comfortably. I think like 20-17. I think it'll be pretty close, but we'll see how it goes. And now we're singing the American national anthem. I wonder, they also do the. I would assume that maybe, and they haven't shown it. Maybe they already did it, but I assume that they do like the German national anthem too, right? Great to see. We got 5 people in here, guys. Don't forget, like the stream and subscribe to the channel if you're new. We're going to be here for this entire game. Take a little break after this game. Then we got the Vikings and the Bills coming up after that. Tonight we have the 49ers and the Chargers. 49ers coming off our bye week, looking for a big win against the in-state. I wouldn't say we're rivals with the Chargers by any means, but looking for, supremacy in California are the 49ers. We beat the Rams twice so far this year. Looking to beat the Chargers, a clean sweep of the LA teams. Now that would be awesome. That's what we're looking for. So right now it is 6:28 a.m. where I am. I am on the West Coast, for those wondering. West Coast United States. And we're just a couple minutes away from kickoff. Kickoff is scheduled for about, in about 2 or 3 minutes. Doing the national anthem right now. And also a very happy Veterans Day to any of the veterans who are out there, who do watch, who have watched, who may watch. Big shout out to all the veterans out there as well. There's Pete Carroll, and for anyone who was in the stream last week, to me, he's a top 5 coach, maybe top 3 in the NFL. I think it's really Belichick, Andy Reid, and Pete Carroll. Those would be my top 3 head coaches. Oh, here we go. Now we got, her name is Sophia. She is singing the German national anthem, so that's pretty cool. But you actually, and so from my experience, because I know people who've gone to the games in London, and from my experience that, it's not just, you're going to have people from all over Europe, probably from a bunch of different parts of the world who are going to be attending this game as well. So, of course, the game being played in Germany, sing the national anthem. Go nuts. No religion. How are we doing, buddy? Always good to see you, man. Good morning to you. It's bright and early right here in the west coast of the U.S. Got my coffee. Feeling good. Sun's coming up here. I can just see it out my window. Sun's coming up in this city by the bay. And we got some real early NFL action here. So for today, and I might do the Monday night game. I'm going to be doing multiple games today. I know that Damien and No religion. You guys are here super frequently. So I won't be doing any games next weekend and potentially not the weekend after, just because I'm gonna be out of town. So I wanted to get as many games in as possible before I do that, and then of course when I'm back, then I'll be doing the games again. But all right. So yeah, we are just literally now moments away from kickoff. We're gonna have Brady. Brady is gonna get the ball first, so the Buccaneers are gonna start off with the ball. The Seahawks will be kicking it off to the Buccaneers. In some ways, I've gotten so used to Brady as a Buck, but in other ways, I'm like, man, Tom Brady. Naturally, you just think of him as a New England Patriot. Now, there's a lot of rumors and talks being on Twitter and stuff like that, and about like maybe Brady coming to the 49ers next year, and I just don't see it happening. I mean, I'd say the chances are probably slim or none of Tom Brady coming to the 49ers next year, even though I'm sure if he were to finish off somewhere, I'm sure he'd probably want New England first, and then after that he'd probably want the 49ers, just because, him growing up in the Bay Area, growing up a big 49ers fan, I'm sure that's always been a dream of his to play with the Niners. But you look at other players too around the NFL. It's funny just how many top quarterbacks grew up Niner fans. Like you look at Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Josh Allen, all these guys grew up big 49er fans. So that's always kind of interesting to see. So the first regular season game in Germany, in Munich, at the stadium, it's called Allianz Arena. It's in Munich, Germany. This is where the soccer team Bayern Munich play. Very good soccer team. But we're getting ready. It's going to be kickoff coming up momentarily, and this is going to be a good one. So yes, the Seahawks are kicking off to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Yeah, and just you have to say what a fantastic job that Pete Carroll has done in Seattle this year. Everyone thought it would be a rebuilding year. Everyone thought they were going to be essentially tanking so they can get a quarterback, and they're doing anything but. The kick is away, and the Bucs will field it, and they actually end up taking it out of the end zone, and the guy Jalen Darden slips, gets around a couple of guys, and they get up to the 15-yard line. So the Buccaneers are going to start 1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line. Not a great decision to come out there. Really, like the guy fielded the kickoff in the end zone and kind of took it a bit awkwardly and slipped coming out of the end zone. So I don't know how the footing is. I'm assuming it's just natural grass that they're playing on, but wonder how the footing is, how the weather's been over there. Looks pretty nice by all accounts from what they're showing, that it's sunny out there, so that's pretty cool. But 1st and 10 for the Buccaneers. Brady behind center, single back. You got 2 tight ends. One of them's an offensive lineman. 2 receivers. Snap is away. They hand it off right up the middle, and he's going to get nothing on 1st down. And who is that on the carry? Is that Rachaad White? That is Rachaad White, the rookie out of Arizona State. Someone who I was very fond of in the draft, who I thought would be a really solid fit for the 49ers. We, of course, love those Arizona State guys. Brandon Ayuk we took in the first round a few years ago. 2nd and 10. They're going hurry up now. Brady and shotgun. 3 receivers up top, back to his left. Snap is away. Brady looking to throw. Throws it across the middle. It's going to be dropped by Chris Godwin. So almost immediately, the Bucs are in a bit of a hole right now. Nothing on the run on 1st down. Incomplete. They were looking just for a quick pass just to get settled and to get some yards, and it's dropped by Chris Godwin. Honestly, not a great throw either by Tom Brady. So this is a big 3rd down. Hey, if you're Seattle, this could be a perfect start. You kick the ball away. You know you're going to get the ball to start the second half. Plus, you could potentially force a 3 and out. So 3rd and 10, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Brady and shotgun back to his left. Snap is away. Looking, throwing it real deep. And he had a man, and that's going to be incomplete. Looking for Julio Jones about 40 yards down the field. Brady just overshot it a little bit, though. And that's going to be a very, very quick 3 and out for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Just had too much on it. I mean, of course, in a situation like that, it's better to be a little bit too far than too short. But solid coverage there by the very, very impressive Tariq Woolen, rookie out of UTSA. And the Bucs are going to punt it away off to the Seattle Seahawks. Quick 3 and out for the Buccaneers. Seattle stops the run on first down, and then the last 2 plays just couldn't pick up anything. They're going to let it bounce, and there we go. Nice punt. The Seahawks are going to start on their own 25-yard line. So a really solid punt right there. That was actually about a 60-yard punt. And the Seahawks defense just continues to play solid football. The biggest thing that I think teams that kind of gets overlooked is just playing sound, fundamental football. You do that, good things typically are going to happen. So, and that's what Seattle's been doing. They haven't been doing anything too crazy, nothing too exotic. But here we go. Seattle Seahawks, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. You got Geno in the pistol. Kenneth Walker behind him. 2 tight ends, 2 receivers. Snap is away. Low snap, looking to throw it quick. Out there, caught by DK Metcalf. And Metcalf is going to get 9, maybe 10 yards. They'll give him on first down. So really solid pickup right there for the Seattle Seahawks, getting up to their own 35. Right now, if you're a Seattle Seahawks fan, you are very happy. And that's just like simple, good plays right there. Good play calls, nothing too crazy, just execute. And that's what they're doing. So they do give him the first down right there. Pickup of 10 on first down. So Geno Smith, shotgun, back to his right. Snap is away. Pitches it out to the running back. Kenneth Walker going to breaks about it, gets a tackle, but Devin White is not going to let him go without a fight. And Devin White takes him down after a pickup of about 3 maybe on first down. Seattle Seahawks, man. And, I go down, I say that, they have easily the best rookie class in the NFL. Both their offensive tackles, rookies, their running back, Kenneth Walker's a rookie who's really been coming on strong. Now Geno Smith's going to be behind center. Single back, 2 tight ends, 2 receivers. Snap is away. Does hand it off to Kenneth Walker. Really going to get swallowed up. Maybe gets a yard or 2. So it's going to bring up 3rd down and about 5. And that's going to be from their own 40-yard line. 6 people in here, guys. Like the stream. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. Really helps out the channel. Really means a lot, too. So thank you very much. But yeah, let's consider dropping a like. Get some good engagement going. We'll get some people in here. So 3rd and 5 for the Seattle Seahawks. Geno Smith shotgun back to his left. 2 receivers up top, 2 down low. Doing a little bit of a hard count there. Snaps coming up. Oh, that could be a delay of game. I think that's a delay of game. Unless they did not call the timeout. Is it a delay of game? It's a delay of game. So we got the Macarena. Do 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 do. Hey, Macarena. That's a delay of game on the Seahawks. Man, that's brutal. And that's something that Seattle does not do. To me, Seattle is one of the most disciplined, fundamentally sound teams in the NFL. They rarely, if ever, will beat themselves. Now it's 3rd and 10. So now it backs them up. Definitely gets out of their game. And now Seattle's going to have to burn a timeout as well, which is just crazy to think that you get a delay of game. Now you have to burn a timeout. Yikes, yikes, yikes. Offense looking a little discombobulated right now. What a great word that is. Discombobulated. 8 people in here, guys. Like the stream. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. We're here for this entire game. We got the Vikings and the Bills coming up. We got the 49ers, my San Francisco 49ers, and the Chargers coming up a little bit later. This is going to be a good time. Stick here with your boy Shifty's 49ers talk here all day long. All day long. All right, 3rd and 10 Seattle. Geno Smith shotgun back to his left. 3 receivers down low. You got Noah Fant up top, the big, talented tight end. Former first-round pick. Snap is away. Geno looking to throw. He's got time. Time's running out, and he's going to get sacked, and he's going to lose about 15 yards. Wow, what a play right there. What a play. And that is Justin Tryon. And he was a great pickup by the Buccaneers in the draft a couple of years ago out of Washington. Really solid play. Ends up beating the right tackle, Abraham Lucas, from Washington State, if I'm not mistaken. So a couple of Washington players going after each other. Takes down Geno Smith, really just able to finish up. An excellent play right there for the Tampa Bay defense. Not a 3-and-out, but hey, that's just as good, if not better. 4th and 22 for the Seahawks. So on this drive, ultimately, even though they picked up a first down, they ended up losing 2 yards on the drive. Punt is away. Doesn't look like a good one. And Jalen Darden, second-year man out of North Texas, calls a fair catch. So the Buccaneers actually flip field position a little bit. They're going to start at their own 41-yard line. So, man, that is a big-time play right there for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and not a great punt. And Dixon for the Seahawks. He is a good punter. Like, he's one of the best in the business, and he just kind of, so both teams really maybe getting acclimated to the conditions. Maybe, it's not easy going over to Europe. Trust me. Smoke 82. Good morning, buddy. How we doing, man? It's not easy, and trust me from experience from going over to Europe quite a lot. The jet lag and everything is rough. It's not an easy thing to go over there and just to, go on as normal, because the jet lag is a killer. I mean, I've gone over there for 2 weeks, and it takes me a week just to kind of get into the rhythm of it. So, I'm sure both teams getting acclimated to everything, but, early days, long travel, and I think we'll start seeing the game develop a little bit as it goes on. But I think like Damian Lee, I think of predictions, I think it's going to be a relatively low-scoring game. It's like who makes the key plays, whether it's a turnover, whether it's just a big play, maybe on special teams. Who makes the key plays to win the game? We got 9 people in here, guys. How we doing this morning? It's morning time here for everyone in the United States, especially where I am. I'm on the West Coast, so it's real nice and early, but we're here all day long bringing you NFL action. And man, it's going to be a good one. It's going to be a really good time. Do appreciate everyone who's dropped by so far. All right, we have 7 likes on the stream. If we can get to 10 likes, let's see if we can get to 10 likes. That's the goal. Get to double-digit likes. Appreciate everyone being here. So far, both offenses struggling, but they've only had 1 drive each, so we'll see if the offenses maybe get into a bit of a rhythm. I think, to me, the team that can just really establish the run game, that would be massive. For whichever team can do that, I think they'll be able to control the clock. This is going to be a slugfest. Both of these teams very physical, very fundamentally sound. So the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to have their second drive. It's starting from their own 41. Brady behind center. Off-I formation. Fakes the handoff. Brady looking to throw. He's got plenty of time. Going deep. And it's going to be caught. Wow, what a catch. Mike Evans, first down. Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He was covered. He was all their defenders all over him. Really nice coverage by the Seahawks, but an even better, and that's what a number 1 receiver does. Quandre Diggs on the coverage, and man, what a play, what a throw, what a catch. Mike Evans, first down Tampa Bay, well into Seattle territory. That's a pickup of 30 yards down the Seattle 30-yard line. They're on the move. Brady's going to hand it off in shotgun. Leonard Fournette's going to get about 9 yards. Let's go. Let's go, Buccaneers. Trust me, I'm not a Bucs fan, as you can obviously see, but we're definitely looking for the Bucs to win. But there's a flag on the play, and you have to think that's going to be holding on the offense. And that's a killer, man. That is a killer. Instead of it being 2nd and 1, it's now 1st and 20. No, that is. I guess that is holding. You got to say that's holding. You got to give. That's holding. That is holding. So we got 10 minutes left in the first quarter. So this game's really just gotten underway. It's now going to be Well, 1st and 18. They call it from the spot of the foul, 10-yard penalty. So 1st and 18, Brady and shotgun. They are going to hand it to Fournette. Fournette kind of slips, and it looks like he only picks up 3 on the play right up the middle, but looks like some of these players are struggling with the footing on the grass here. I don't know, maybe they'll need to change up their cleats or something, but this is the second or third time already we've seen a Tampa Bay Buccaneer kind of slip and slide, so that's not good. We'll just have to keep an eye on that as the game goes on. But it's going to be 2nd and 15 now. Brady shotgun. Fournette to his left. 3 receivers up top. Snap is away. Looking to throw. Just dumps it off to Fournette. Going to get tripped, stopped right away. Maybe gets a yard. So that's going to be 3rd and 14. If you're Tampa Bay, you started the drive with a really nice 30-yard pass. You had a really solid run on 1st down and 10, 9-yard pickup. But then it gets called back. Yikes. 3rd and 14. If I'm Tampa Bay, I'm, just looking, get 5-10 yards, get your points, get on the board first. We'll see what the Buccaneers offense has. Byron Leftwich, the offensive coordinator, of course, with Tom Brady behind center in shotgun now. Back to his left. Snap is away. Looking to throw. Time's running out. Throws it across the middle. It's going to be incomplete. Looking for Chris Godwin, and that's the second time that Chris Godwin has been unable to come up with a throw. And honestly, both times the throw has been off by Brady. Not a great throw either time to Chris Godwin. 2 drops for Godwin now. Yeah, that would be a really tough catch. 2 defenders around him. Had to kind of go back to try and get it. Rough. And a Tampa Bay Buccaneer drive that started out so well now stalls out. But can they get on the board? Ryan Suck up here for a 52-yard field goal. This could be first blood here for the Buccaneers. Snap is away. Hold is good. Kick is up, and it's going to be no good. He had the distance, but it's wide right. Tampa Bay misses it. Looked like the snap was actually kind of high, so that was a tough one to handle, and it was gone. It was wide right from the get-go. So now Seattle's going to start over in excellent field position. They'll have it from about the, let me see, they're going to have it from about past the 40-yard line. Their own 40-yard line. So after a really promising drive, and man, that's the thing where you talk about penalties, and the holding on the offense is just a killer. Now, to me, I don't think holding on the offense should be a 10-yard penalty. I think a 5-yard penalty, basically along the same lines of what you see on defense. Although, again, obviously when it's against the defense, it's an automatic first down. But I do think that, it's just let me see. There we go. I do think that it should be a 5-yard penalty because a 10-yard penalty on offense is just a drive killer. We saw it right there for Tampa Bay. They had 2nd and 1. All of a sudden, it's pushed back to 1st and 18, and you could always argue that, hey, you still got 3 downs to pick up first down. So, but yeah, drive stalls out, missed the field goal. Not good here for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We're at 9 likes, so we're so close. Can we get to double-digit likes? Can we get to Tom Brady likes? Can we do 12 likes? We got 12 people in here. Appreciate everyone being here, spending your Sunday morning, afternoon, wherever you're at, with me. Shifty's 49ers Talk. We're calling this whole game. Coming up after this, we got the Vikings at the Bills, the 7-1 Vikings at the 6-2 Bills. Big question is going to be, does Josh Allen play for the Bills? And if he does, hopefully he does. That will be a really, really fun game. I think this one's going to be back and forth all day long. Looking more like the Yucks. Yeah, you got that right. Yeah, I mean, so far, Tampa Bay, really solid first play. Excellent throw by Brady. Really nice catch by Mike Evans. Beyond, then they just stall out just because of the offensive penalty. Yeah, I do. Exactly right. No religion. I think 10 yards is just, I don't know. I just think that it's a lot. I just think that it's too much. Like a 10-yard penalty, really just the amount of times that drives offensively get screwed up by a holding call is just crazy. And normally I'm one who I typically advocate a lot to get the defense because I think it's skewed against the defense. But this one I'm with the offense. 1st and 10 Seattle at their own 42. They're going to pitch it to Kenneth Walker, who's going to only get about 2 yards on 1st down. So you had Kenneth Walker in motion. Geno Smith just does a little flip out to Kenneth Walker as he's coming in motion. Only picks up 2 yards. So Tampa Bay's defense read that pretty well. Less than 9 minutes left in the first quarter. Going to be 2nd and 8 right now for the Seattle Seahawks. Kenneth Walker, 5 consecutive games with a 50-plus yard rush, and he has 50 yards or more and a touchdown in 5 consecutive games. Super impressive stuff right there. 2nd and 8. And then Geno Smith fakes the handoff under pressure immediately. He's going to get it to DK Metcalf. Down. That's going to be a 1st down. Seattle Seahawks. Wow, what a route by DK Metcalf. Immediately Geno Smith under a lot of pressure is able to get the ball out. Looks like another Tampa Bay player slipped in the grass here. They did. Yeah, the cornerback, I think it's Jamel Dean, who was covering DK Metcalf, slipped. So Tampa Bay really struggling with the grass here. Geno Smith in shotgun, back to his right. He is going to just hand it off. He's going to cut up the middle. Does Kenneth Walker. Really nice tackle right there. And that is Hicks. Is that Akeem Hicks? Really nice tackle. Only a pickup of 2. Looked like Kenneth Walker was running with a full head of steam. And then Hicks is able to just take him down and brings him down pretty aggressively too. So it's going to be 2nd down and 8 for the Seahawks. They are at the Tampa Bay 41-yard line. They're on the move. After we saw Tampa Bay had a little bit of a drive going, they missed the field goal. Now Seattle's got a drive going. 2nd and 8. Geno behind center. Kenneth Walker in the backfield. 3 tight ends. Actually, is it 4 tight ends out there? Pitches it out to Walker. Walker's going to get nowhere. Slips a little bit too. Probably looks like he lost a yard on the play, so that's going to make a 3rd and 9. And a lot of players here are struggling with, whatever conditions with the field here. Maybe, I don't know if it had been raining. There is a flag on the play too. Tampa Bay defenders indicating that it's against the Seattle Seahawks, thinking that it's going to be maybe a holding. Now the question is, would you rather 3rd and 9 or 2nd and 18? I think you probably go 2nd and 18, but we'll see what the Tampa Bay Buccaneers want to do. Oh, it's a personal foul. So that's 50. You take that for sure. So it's a personal foul against the Seattle Seahawks, and that is very un-Seattle. Looks like it was on Damian Lewis, the offensive lineman out of LSU. Guys, do feel free to drop a like on the stream. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. It really does help out. That's a 15-yard penalty. We'll see what it looks like here. Because I didn't see it live. I didn't see really what happened. Wow, that was like a... Whew, no prisoners right there. Penalty, yeah, it was on Damian Lewis, the offensive guard out of LSU. I think he's a 2nd or 3rd year player. Now it's and they lose it down. 3rd and 24 for Seattle. Yikes. Geno's going to be in shotgun, back to his right. He's going to have 2 receivers up top, receiver, Lockett, and Fant down low. Snap is away, looking to throw. 4-man rush, under pressure, throws it. Caught by Noah Fant. Gets a good chunk of those yards back, but not going to be enough for a 1st down. Probably gets about 15-plus yards back. So it was 3rd and 24, and now it's 4th. And let's see what they want to do here. Do they want to go for it? Geno Smith is still out there. I think it's going to be 4th, and where they're at on the field, conditions aren't great. Players are slipping and sliding. I think they are going to elect to punt it away, try and pin him back. It's 4th and 6, so they actually picked up about 18 yards on that play. For a second there, Geno Smith was really wanting to stay out there, maybe go for it on 4th down. And I definitely understand the reasoning. 4th and 6 from the Tampa Bay 39, but they're not going to do it. They are going to punt it away. Can Dixon pin the Buccaneers deep? There'll be no chance for a return on this one. That's for sure. But Tampa Bay looks like they will, and there's a delay of game because they're not calling a timeout here. I mean, the delay of game here, you got hey Macarena, got a delay of game. We got the Macarena, folks. That's really inconsequential, though, from where they're at in the field. With regard, it might actually even be better. But I thought that Seattle maybe would have gone for it right there. 4th and 6 from the Tampa Bay 39. That's something you had to think about. But they are going to punt it. It's now 4th and 11 after the delay of game. So Dixon punts it up. He's usually really good at being able to pin teams back. Ball takes a Seattle bounce. It's down to the 10. He tipped it, so that'll go down. We'll see where they call it, but it's going to be at the Tampa Bay will have the ball at their own 12-yard line. So both defenses playing really, really well so far, in my opinion. But the big thing to me so far is that offensive penalties have just ruined both drives. Tampa Bay was moving the ball. They had it 1st and 10. Very confusing game. Might just be the German version of football. Welcome to the stream, WGG. Yeah, it is. It's really just the offensive penalties that have destroyed both teams so far. And we're very early into the game, of course. But to me, Tampa Bay had a really solid drive going. 1st and 10, they picked up 9 yards. They were deep in Seattle territory. Instead of it being 2nd and 1, there's an offensive holding call. So then it pushes it back, and they lost from that penalty, ultimately lost 17 yards because it went from being 2nd and 1, went back to being 1st and 18. And then Tampa Bay struggled to get yards after that. Seattle Seahawks, it was going to be 3rd and 8. But in the play, there was a personal foul. So it was like 3rd and 23, 3rd and 24. So that's where discipline really comes in, especially offensively. It's so hard. I mean, either way, if you're giving up penalties, it's really hard to bounce back from it. But some of the penalties can be absolute killers. But on both of those drives, and they were both looking like they were going to be, potentially scoring drives, Tampa Bay still had a shot at a field goal on their drive, but missed the field goal. So both teams have had 2 possessions, haven't been able to move the ball with relative success. But really, it's just been the offensive penalties that have hurt both teams. And so far, they've been trading punts. Tampa Bay has missed a field goal. Brady had a really nice throw to Mike Evans earlier. Evans had like 2 defenders draped all over him, is able to come up with it. We'll see what Tampa Bay can do here. Tampa Bay really, I think, they really should try and establish that run game. Rachaad White, the rookie out of Arizona State, someone who I like coming out of the draft a lot. Of course, they have Fournette. To me, I think you keep trying to run the football because you can really wear down players. All these guys, they've traveled. Of course, this game is in Germany. Michelle Clayton says Tom Brady to the 49ers. I don't think it's going to happen. I highly doubt it. But you never know. We've seen crazy things happen in football. We're seeing Geno Smith playing at a Pro Bowl level, for crying out loud. So who would have thought that? 1st and 10, Tampa Bay. Brady behind center, hands it off to Rachaad White. Wow, just takes a leap and gets friggin' swallowed up there. Brooks from the Seahawks just hit him in midair and takes him down. Big time tackle right there. Pickup of about 3 on 1st down. So we're going to call it 2nd and 7. Rachaad White running with power, running with authority, and just goes to almost like leap over a guy. And as soon as he gets up into the air, just bam, taken down by Brooks. So good, solid play right there. Michael Jackson, one of the cornerbacks for Seattle, too. So Brady and shotgun back to his left. It's 2nd and 7. They hand it off, and a big 1st down. Rachaad White. Tampa Bay's up to their own 25. Yo, Albert, how we doing, buddy? Thank you for being here, man. Of course, yeah, I'm here all day long. I'm going to be doing Minnesota and Buffalo after this one, which should be a really fun game. Rachaad White on that run just kind of like hesitated for a second, still able to pick up good yards, and this is what we're talking about. Establish the run. Rachaad White, someone who I like coming out of Arizona State. Brady behind center, I formation, Chris Godwin in motion. You're going to hand it off up the middle, and Rachaad White bounces around and gets about 4 yards. Gets about 4 yards on the play. So something that you'll hear if you guys ever tune into my streams is that I'll always talk about players who I really liked in the draft. I'm a big draft guy. Even before like the NFL season finishes, I start looking into different players and whatnot. So something that I'll mention a lot. There are certain players who I really like coming out of school, college. Other players who I think are a little bit overrated, but we'll see. So 2nd and 6 now. Brady behind center is going to fake the handoff. Going to real quick screen pass to Chris Godwin, and Chris Godwin gets about 4 yards there on 2nd down. Michelle Clayton says summer, summertime. Interesting to sing that in the middle of November. 3rd and 1 now. So Tampa Bay have a little bit of a drive going. They've been able to establish the run a little bit. They need to pick up the first down, though. Keep the ball. Keep momentum going. Oh, man, I'm stoked to hear that you are good. That's awesome. What do I think of Josh Allen's elbow? Hopefully it's okay. I don't know what the deal is. I'm going to have to look up in maybe like an hour. I think it's 2 hours before or 90 minutes before kickoff. They announced the inactive, so we'll see. They pitch it out to Rachaad White. Rachaad White, first down, Tampa Bay, up to their own. Wow, he's still going up to their own 41. Those plays are really dangerous. So the play was 3rd and 1. They pitch it out to Rachaad White. Normally, I'm much more of like a halfback dive on 3rd and 1, but they pitch it out to White. Solid blocking, nice cut up, makes a man miss. But hopefully Josh Allen's elbow is okay. I really want to see him play. He's one of the most fun players to watch in the NFL when he's on the field. So Tampa Bay have got a really nice drive going. Just as kind of we were mentioning before this drive started, establish the run. Brady behind center, man in motion. Julio Jones, that is, Fournette in the backfield. They are going to fake the handoff to Fournette. Brady looking to throw it. Nowhere to go. Just dumps it off to his tight end. Is that Cade Otton, the rookie out of Washington. A lot of Washington players in this game. Washington Huskies, 22 people in here, guys. Feel free to like the stream. It actually really helps out a lot. Also, if you're new to the channel, do consider subscribing. We're up to 850 subscribers. And that's a pick on 2nd and 8. It's a pickup of 6. So the notifications really aren't working so well for me in terms of whatever. I've tried everything on YouTube to get the notifications working, so I'm just going to give the little notifications right there for those 2 new subscribers. Thank you very much. Really appreciate you guys. Let's see how we are doing on likes. We're at 11 likes. We're at 12 likes. We're at Tom Brady likes. Let's go. Albert has a question. We're going to answer that momentarily. It's 3rd and a short 2. Brady's going to hand it to Fournette. Fournette up the middle, gets the first down into Seattle territory, up to the Seattle 43-yard line. Let's go, Tampa Bay. There's going to be possibly just one more play before the end of the first quarter. 28 people in here. Albert asks, he's in Chicago. Question is, does quarterback Fields have a high ceiling? In my opinion, I think he does have a very high ceiling. The issue with Chicago, to me, is that they just really lack star power at receiver, and I think their offensive line needs a major upgrade. So, snap is away here on first down. They hand it to Rachaad White, gets for 1 yard on 1st and 10, so it's going to be 2nd and 7. Let's see. So I think that Justin Fields really is going to be. Oh, your birthday is November 17th. Well, happy early birthday, Michelle. That's awesome. Yeah, I think Fields can be really good. Look, we know what he can do with his legs. I think that he just really needs some help offensively, and that's both offensive line, and I think they need more weapons. Getting Chase Claypool, I think, was a solid move. I think he's a good receiver, but to me, they really need wide receiver number 1. To me, in a perfect world, while you have Justin Fields on the rookie contract, and he's going to be on that contract for a while, and I think your comment just came through that they have a lot of cap space. So if I'm Chicago, what I'm doing is I'm shoring up the offensive line in free agency and the draft, because I'm going to take a look at Tankathon here and see if I think Chicago have all their own picks for next year. They do. Yeah, they have their own first round pick. So to me, I'm going. You have Justin Fields on a rookie contract. I think you invest heavily in protecting him and then giving him weapons. We've seen it time and time again with so many young quarterbacks that when they get weapons, they just elevate their game significantly. I don't think that's a surprise or a shock to anyone, because when you look at it, you saw Josh Allen. His game elevated to a whole other level once they got Stephon Diggs. I think that they need to find their Stephon Diggs. To me, I would sign like one elite wide receiver, and let's see what we can actually even check and see who are some of the free agent wide receivers in the next class. Well, let's see who are some of the wide receivers. I mean, you got actually nothing too special. Oof. But then players get cut all the time and whatnot. But that's what I do. To me, I think that they have to get maybe you could look for a receiver in the first round. You sign a couple of offensive linemen, but that's what they need to do. Get Fields some weapons. You know. Let's see. OGX127, thank you for being here. What do I think about Mike Evans catching this season? He had a really nice catch in the first quarter there. He was completely covered by a couple of defenders. I feel like Evans has kind of been in and out of the lineup a lot this year. Maybe he's been out with like some injuries. I'm just taking a look at Evans' stats. I mean, his stats are still like really solid. Like he is, and that doesn't include today, I don't think, but he has 600 and he's like well on pace for another 1,000-yard season. Just super reliable. 2nd and 9. Brady looking to throw wide open. Mike Evans gets about 12 yards there on 2nd down. They are moving the ball big time right now. Moving the ball with relative ease over the Seattle defense. They're up to about the Seattle 31-ish. Yeah, we'll call it the Seattle 31. So, yeah, I think Evans is just really solid, consistent, does everything well, great size. I think he's kind of like underrated in a lot of ways. 1st and 10, Tampa Bay, at the Seahawks 31. Brady fakes the handoff. Almost intercepted. Looking for the tight end across the middle of the field. He didn't see the Seahawk linebacker who was right there. Brooks knocks it down. Really solid play right there. Looking for Cameron Brate and just you could see that there was an offensive lineman in the way. And remember, those offensive linemen can be like 6'6", 6'7". So Brady just did not see the linebacker right there behind him. And a really great play there by Brooks. So 2nd and 10, they've handed off to White. He's got nowhere to go. So that's going to be now 3rd and 10 for the Buccaneers, and a drive that was going, moving, getting chunk yards every single time. Stalling out a little bit, so it's going to be 3rd and 10. Quick question, says WGG. What are your thoughts on the Jags versus Chiefs game? A concerned Jags fan. Yeah, I'd be concerned too. I think that the Jags are at least a year away. That's not saying anything, profound, but 3rd and 10 now. Brady over the middle, looks to be a 1st down. Julio Jones running. Julio touchdown. Tampa Bay. Tom Brady to Julio Jones. Julio Jones just coming across with a drag route. No one covers him. Wide open. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Wow. Tampa Bay fans in the crowd here in Munich, Germany, going crazy. Let's see what happened here. There must have been some kind of breakdown here in coverage. Maybe someone slipped. It was Tariq Woolen. Yeah, I think there was some miscommunication there in the Seattle secondary. Tariq Woolen was kind of looking much more like he was going to be in a zone. Thought someone would go to pick up Julio Jones. Just miscommunication. Big time touchdown, Tampa Bay. A lot of yak on that one. Extra point is up and it's good. So Tampa Bay in a 3rd and 10. Pick up big yards. Get the touchdown. Here we go, Bucs. Let's go. I'd be very concerned if I was the Jaguars going up against the Chiefs. I think that the Chiefs didn't play their best football offensively against the Titans, and I think Tennessee played very well on that Sunday Night Football game, but I think that the Chiefs will want to come out and really just establish their offense again. Jaguars, they're at least a year away. I think they made some okay moves in free agency. I think they made some okay moves in the draft, but they got still a long way to go. And now is the time to strike when you can get some of these players while Trevor Lawrence still on his rookie deal. Yeah, Tom Brady's awesome. Yeah, I think 3 years and we're Super Bowl contenders, but I'm so concerned for tonight. Yes, I think WGG, whenever like a team, and look, the Chiefs did lose to the Indianapolis Colts. Maybe the Jaguars take a page out of the Titans playbook in terms of defensively. Maybe they're able to slow down the Chiefs offense a little bit, but that's really not an easy thing to do. you'd have to say that the Chiefs will most likely win that game unless things happen like crazy fumbles, a special teams touchdown, things like that. Albert, we're still paying Mac, Nick Foles, and others. Yeah, so once all those contracts are off the book, there we go. Also, seriously, have San Francisco at least NFC Championship game with good chance of taking it all. See, here's the thing with San Francisco, and look, clearly, diehard Niner fan here, that we tend to like basically beat ourselves a lot of times. That's with penalties, with silly turnovers, with silly mistakes. So we really have to, clean that up. Now, I think where I have confidence in is very similar to last year. So last year, at one point, the 49ers were 3-5, and then we were able to really turn it around. So maybe that's just with the 49ers. It can kind of take some time to get the team rocking and rolling. But I think we still have a long way to go. Players are coming back healthy, but we really need Eric Armstead and Javon Kinlaw back. So, yeah, I don't know about 3 years for Super Bowl. I think the Jaguars could be a little bit closer. I don't think that Christian Kirk is really the guy I don't think that he's like a number one guy. So the Jaguars have to continue drafting well, spend wisely in free agency. I was watching the Jaguars game, and I did the Jaguars against the Raiders last week, and they were able to get things going, but I think their defense needs to improve a lot. Trayvon Walker has been okay. For a number one overall pick, you'd like to see a little bit more of an impact, but he's been okay, but you want to see more. You want to see more from your number one overall pick. So the kick was away. The Seahawks now have it. They took it up to their own 30-yard line. Really nice play call. They were just led to so much confusion in the Seattle secondary. Really, Tariq Woolen thought that the linebacker would take over for the coverage. Tariq was clearly in much more of a zone, whereas I think the rest of the guys were kind of in more of a man. So, yeah. 1st and 10, Seattle at their own 27. My apology, at their own 27. Geno Smith hands it off to Kenneth Walker. He's going to bounce around, gets about a yard on the play. Almost was stopped for a loss, so he's able to bounce up and get a yard. So better than nothing. The 49ers have many weapons. What if Jimmy wins the title? Does Trey get shipped? No, that's not going to happen. I think that if Jimmy Garoppolo, if somehow took us to the Super Bowl and won it, I think he would still probably move on, whether you agree with that or not. So 2nd and 9, Geno Smith fakes the handoff. Going to be under some pressure now. Another Tampa Bay defender slips, and then Geno Smith is able to run and pick up about 4 yards on the play. Had to just, work his way out of the pocket, is able to pick up 4 yards. But Tampa Bay really struggling with the footing here in Allianz Arena. But I do think that Trey Lance is the future for the 49ers, regardless of what happens this year. And honestly, I think with this many weapons offensively now, that the 49ers I would like to think that Trey Lance could play at least as well as Jimmy, if not better. Just my opinion, though. Let's see. 3rd and 2. Big third down here for Seattle. Geno in shotgun. Back to his left. 2 receivers up top, 2 down low. Play clock winding down. Snap is away. Got time back there. He's going to be able to run for it if he wants to. He elects not to. And incomplete. Looking for Tyler Lockett. And you feel like Geno Smith could have picked that up with his feet. But now it's 4th and 2. So really just Seattle struggling to get anything going offensively. They're going to have to punt the ball away. You had 3rd and 2. I feel like he easily could have picked that up with his legs, but elected not to. Threw it into like double coverage. Really just more of like a throwaway than anything else. So yeah, I don't think that Trey Lance will get traded or anything like that if Jimmy were to lead us to a Super Bowl. And it would be one of the only times probably ever, if that happened, that the Super Bowl winning quarterback would just be let go. But I don't know. Tough call. I think next year is this is for the Jaguars. I think next year is a cornerback, then a wide receiver or 2, and that's a good draft. Plus linebackers, D-line, we should have taken Hutchinson. I think Hutchinson's been okay. I don't think he's been great. Look, he has 3 sacks on the year. He had that nice interception against Green Bay, but I don't know. I just don't. I understand the Trayvon Walker pick. Trent Baalke used to be the general manager for the 49ers, and I think he really likes going for like the upside in players. I think Hutchinson, to me, it looks like Hutchinson will be a solid player. I think he'll be. I mean, you hope that Hutchinson can develop into a. The hope would be something like a Cameron Jordan or a Trey Hendrickson, but I don't know if that's going to happen. I think Hutchinson will be like a solid, maybe 10 sack a year type guy. I don't think he'll ever be like elite, whereas Trayvon Walker in time could be elite, you know. But Baalke is usually solid when it comes to drafting edge players. He drafted Aldon Smith for the 49ers back in 2011. And although Aldon Smith, of course, had a lot of issues off the field, but he was fantastic on the field. So there we go. Man, if Aldon Smith could have just stayed out of trouble. If only. We're up to 851 subscribers. Thank you for the latest subscription right there. Appreciate you guys. Let's keep it rocking and rolling. We're going to be here all day long. I'm doing at least 3 games today. Had my coffee, drinking some water. We're feeling good. Coming up after this, we got Minnesota, the 7-1 Vikings against the 6-2 Bills. Big question there is Josh Allen going to play? Hopefully he does, but we'll see. All right. Yeah, I'll be really curious now to see who. If Josh Allen's playing. Hopefully he is, but Tampa Bay able to move the ball quite effectively on that last drive. Seattle then goes 3 and out. Not good at all. This season, Tom Brady averaging 2.4 seconds in time to throw. That's the fastest in the NFL. So good for him. They're really getting the ball out really fast. And to me, what I do then if I'm a defense is I don't give them the soft zone. 1st and 10 for Tampa Bay at their own 11. They hand the ball off, pick up about 5 yards or so, 4 or 5 yards. 2nd down. We got less than 12 minutes left in the half. So Tampa Bay really, trying to control this clock. If they can get that 2-possession lead, that's going to be, of course, a huge thing for the Tampa Bay offense. They pick up 3 yards there on 1st down. So it's going to be 2nd and 7 for the Buccaneers, deep in their own territory at their own 18-yard line. Brady shotgun back to his left. Snap is away, looking to throw. Got time. Nice throw. Gets it to Evans. Evans picks up about 5 yards. Slips a little bit, though. Tom dropped Giselle faster than one of his passes. Yeah. What a crazy situation that is for Brady just to be going. And I'm sure that's really, all these athletes and stuff, they're just people, and getting divorced essentially in the middle of the season, that's got to be crazy to handle that. And you're flying all over the country and different countries and crazy. Yes, Albert, I remember that. Don't think I don't remember that against the Chiefs. Yeah, that game was rough. That game was really rough, that Super Bowl. Just for the fact that we were up by 10 with 7 minutes to go and we blew it. Yeah, heartbreak, man. Heartbreak. But that's part of football. That's part of football. I still wouldn't trade the 49ers for anyone, so that's just me. Cardcast, how are we doing, buddy? Good morning. Hopefully you're having a very lovely morning out there. I'm doing well, man. I'm doing well. We're here all day long with football. 3rd and 2 for Tampa Bay at their own 22. Brady shotgun. Snap is away. Looking to throw. Throws it quick. It's going to be caught by Mike Evans. Looks like a good catch. You had tight coverage there, but Evans able to come up with it. 1st down, Tampa Bay. Good morning, Bryant. Great to see you. Not only overthrow, it would have taken away Kansas City ring. Oh, I would have loved that, to have taken away the Kansas City. Yeah, that was just a tough Super Bowl loss, man. but it happens. It happens. But I'm glad we were able to make it that year. Some people are like, oh, I'd rather not even get there if we're going to lose. No, I'd rather get there. Brady shotgun back to his left. Hands it off to Fournette. Fournette dancing in the backfield, only going to get about a yard on the play. So it's going to be 2nd and 9. There's 10 minutes left in the half here in Munich, Germany. We're at Allianz Arena. We're at 14 likes. Can we hit 20 likes? Let's get to 20 likes. If you're new to the channel, do consider dropping a subscription. Coming up after this, join me for Buffalo and Minnesota. You have 5 rings forward, Joe. I'm Steve Young. Yes, you are correct, Albert. We almost had 7 rings because we lost in the Super Bowl to the Ravens too. 2nd and 9, Brady looking to throw. Quick pass, looking for Scotty Miller, and that's going to be pass interference on Michael Jackson. But pass interference, yeah, he got there a little bit early, and that's going to be an automatic first down for Tampa Bay. Losing to Dallas in '93 NFC Championship game was the worst. I would have thought I'd have thought losing to the Giants, the Roger Craig fumble, because the Niners were going for the 3-peat at that time. I would have thought that would be, because that's never been done, I don't think, the 3-peat. 1st and 10, Tampa Bay after the pass interference at their own 32. Brady's going to hand it off to Fournette up the middle. Gets about 2 yards on first down. But all these runs will pay dividends as the game goes on. You know, you're just tough running up the middle, knocking guys over. Ian Rappaport, okay, good update right there, thank you. Ian Rappaport says that Josh Allen is expected to play. But we'll find out for sure in about an hour. That's because that's 90 minutes. 90 minutes before kickoff is when they announce the inactive. When the lights went out. You're right, Albert. 2nd and 8 for Brady. Back to his right. Julio Jones motioning in. He is going to hand it off to Fournette. Fournette breaking some tackles, and Fournette getting up to the 44-yard line, their own 44-yard line. First down, Tampa Bay. There we go, Leonard. And don't mistake my enthusiasm for the Bucs as me liking them. I just want them to beat the Seahawks. That's all I want. Just beat Seattle. Leonard Fournette running tough, though. And he's a guy, him and Rachaad White, both a little bit on the bigger side for running back. So really just playing that physical game. Yes, they knocked Montana out. Leonard Marshall. Was that Marshall? Who was the guy who knocked out Montana? I think it was Marshall, wasn't it? Just ridiculous. Man, back in the day, you were allowed to hit quarterbacks. Montana is my dude, clearly. Pick up just a couple yards there on first down. It is going to be 2nd and 7 for the Buccaneers. They're getting up near midfield, and they're just playing this ball-dominant, ball-control offense. We're almost halfway through the second quarter. Brady shotgun back to his left. Snap is away. Hands it off to Fournette. Fournette dancing in the backfield is able to actually get about 4 yards, maybe 3-4 yards on the play. So it's going to be 3rd and very manageable. And you're in the part of the field now where you could potentially go for it on 4th and short if you need to. But of course, Tampa Bay wants to pick up this first down. Yeah, as much as success as the Niners have had in the playoffs and Super Bowls, a lot of playoff heartache as well. 3rd and 3, 5 receivers now, 3 up top, 2 down low. Brady obviously looking to throw here. Only a 3-man rush. Throws it up. It's going to be caught. Scotty Miller, first down. Big time catch right there. That is enough for a first down. And Scotty Miller, who had a bit of a rough game last week, bouncing back, able to pick up the first down. Both of these teams head into the bye week after this game. That's clearly a first down. I don't know what the Seattle defender was thinking. Yeah. Yeah, they were getting after Montana all day long. 1st and 10, Tampa Bay. Brady's going to throw it wide open. Chris Godwin down to the Seattle 27-yard line. Here we go, Tampa Bay. There's only 6 minutes left in the second quarter, and they're making things happen here. This is just great to see. Brady looking vintage right now. Excellent mechanics, of course, in the pocket. Wide open. Chris Godwin throws it in between a couple of defenders. First down, Tampa Bay on the move. Into Seattle, way deep in Seattle territory now. They're down to the Seattle 20. Wow, so far, only not many yards for Seattle today. They're at the Seattle 27. Brady looking to throw after the play action. Throws it. Caught! And then he still he bobbled it for a second. Down, it's going to be maybe first and goal. Scotty Miller catches it. No one around him, kind of catches it up in the air, goes to the ground. The ball pops up, but he catches the ball before, without it hitting the ground. So that is a good catch right there. I don't know why Scotty Miller jumped. I don't know why he jumped. There was no one near him. He could have easily ran in for a touchdown. But the Buccaneers will have first and goal at the Seattle 6-yard line. 5 minutes left in the second quarter. Brady behind center, I formation, Godwin in motion. They are going to hand it to Fournette. Fournette running tough, and he's going to get down inside the 1-yard line. He reached for it, reached for the end zone, but just a half a yard short. And shades of, who was the guy in the Super Bowl for the Titans against the Rams? Not Derek Mason, was it? The receiver who was just reaching, and it's going to be touchdown, Tampa Bay. Leonard Fournette runs it up the middle. Touchdown, Tampa. And this offense looking a lot better this week than compared to last week. That's for darn sure. We're at 14 likes, and we have 852 subscribers. Good stuff. And the extra point is coming right up. Kevin Dyson, that's who it was. Extra point is up, and it's good. So we got 14-0 Tampa Bay over the Seahawks. Now, here's the thing. Of course, it looks bad right now for Seattle, but there's 4.5 minutes left in the first quarter, and then Seattle gets the ball to start the second half. So this game, and look, it's still very early days. It ain't over by a long shot, but Seattle has to start moving the ball. They've only had 8 minutes of the ball so far, compared to Tampa Bay have had it for about 17 minutes. So big discrepancy right there. WGG, Bucs are turning their season around. I know this is a bit far-fetched, but maybe Super Bowl if they get lucky. I think they, of course, the Buccaneers. I mean, you can never really count them out of going to the Super Bowl. You know, they have a lot of great players across their roster. The big issue, of course, is their offensive line. Is how does the offensive line hold up? They lost one. I think one or two guys in free agency. Then Ryan Jensen, their center's done for the year. So it's how well does their offensive line play? That was the key last week against the Rams. Aaron Donald was able to consistently get pressure. Of course, we know Brady, not very mobile. So if you're able to get pressure, especially up the middle, you can really mess with the Buccaneers passing game. And that's the recipe really to slowing them down. You got to essentially slow down their run game, and then you got to get pressure up the middle. So Brady has to, roll out of the pocket, which he's able to do, but he's not the most nimble guy. We'll put it that way. But I think they have a great team. You look at, obviously Brady, they have a good 1-2 punch at running back with Fournette, Rachaad White. Then you look at their receivers, of course, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Julio Jones, who's had a touchdown, Scotty Miller, Cameron Brate, Cade Otton, Some of these are not household names, but it is what it is. Geezer, how are we doing, buddy? Great to see you. Thank you for being here, man. We're here all day long, Geezer. Hope you're ready for a full day of football, my friend. As a guy who's loved Julio a ton, yeah, that touchdown was a really nice play call. A really Seattle clearly miscommunication there. That was the greatest weekend of championship football. Bills overcame that 28-point lead to Houston. Giants versus Niners, nail biter. Yeah, that was actually Frank Reich. who was the quarterback for the Bills in that one. Frank Reich, who just got fired by the Colts. So their starting quarterback, the Bills, was, of course, Jim Kelly. But he was hurt. He was out that game. It was 20. They were winning by 28 points at halftime, and they ended up coming back and winning, which is just wild to think. Andre Reed, I think, was their good receiver back in the day, the Buffalo Bills, if I'm not mistaken. Bruce Irvin of the Seahawks trying to pump up the Seattle defense. Kick is returned here up to about the 20, we'll call it the 21-yard line. Seattle's going to have the ball 1st and 10 at their own 21, 4:27 left in the half. Aaron Rodgers, Green Bay Pack definitely missing playoffs. Most likely, yeah. No, I'll never count out them completely, but I think so, yeah. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second here, guys. I'm going to have to fix my blinds a little bit. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers, if they lose today against the Cowboys, too, that's really going to mess them up as well. I'll have to come up with Jerry rig something over here. I have an idea. That's a little better. All right. Thurman Thomas. Yeah, that Buffalo offense was loaded. That was, they had the, what was it called again? Like not the running gun. Was it running gun? 2nd and 10 for Seattle at their own 33-yard line. And it's going to be 3rd and 10 now for Seattle with 3:07 left. Sorry about that. Some of my blinds are a little messed up, and the sun is coming right in exactly where the webcam is. So, love talking football with you and others on your pod. Yeah, man. Football's life. 3rd and 10. Seattle at their own 33. This is big because they need to pick up this first down, keep the ball, try and get some points on the board in this drive. Snap is away. Geno Smith looking to throw. They bring pressure. Not going to be enough. And does he come up with it? Ooh, they're going to say incomplete. He got it to Metcalf. Would have been maybe enough for a first down. The question is, was it? Yeah, the K gun. That's what it was. Ooh. No, he completely didn't catch it at all. I thought Metcalf had held on, but yep, clearly incomplete. And now that's going to be 4th down. So Seattle's going to have to punt it right on back to the Buccaneers. And this game very quickly getting away from the Seattle Seahawks. Just about 3 minutes left in the half. And it looks like there's going to be a flag on the play, or maybe there is a flag on the play. What is the flag here? Oh, it's a false start. It's a false start. As we all know, the great Tom Grossi would say, it's the cha-cha. It's the cha-cha. We're at 15 likes, guys. Let's get to 20 likes. If we have any new subscribers, would really appreciate that. Really helps out the channel. We're on the march to 1,000 subscribers. Let's go. Let's get it done. Bruce Smith, man. Yeah, that guy is a monster at defensive end. He was a monster for the Buffalo Bills. 4th and 15 now. Dixon punts it away. And Jalen Darden calls the fair catch, and that's a really nice punt. It goes out. Tampa Bay will start inside their own 4-yard line. Huge, and here's the thing now, if you're Seattle, now you think when you've completely flipped the script with regards to the field position here, really nice play. Man, this glare is gnarly. Let me see what I can do. I love primetime with the 49ers, half the world covered by water, the other half by Deion Sanders. Yeah, you're right about that, man. Deion is clear, like one of the best to do it. Probably the best cover corner of all time, although his tackling left something to be desired. All right. Yeah, of all the places, this glare is like right in the sweet spot. Yeah, I really do want to fix this. There we go. Alrighty. Sorry about that. So we got 2nd and 9 for the Buccaneers. There's 2.5 minutes left in the half. They are deep in their own territory here, and I'm not really sure I guess they're just letting the clock wind down a little bit, but if you're Seattle, you probably think about maybe using your timeouts. If you can get a stop here, get the ball back right around the 2-minute warning. They do hand it off to Rachaad White, who breaks a tackle, is only going to get about 1 yard or 2, so it's going to be 3rd and 7. If I'm Seattle right here, I take a timeout. I think they're going to be happy enough, though, to let the clock wind down to the 2-minute warning. Yes, it's going to be the 2-minute warning. It's 3rd and 7. Seattle have 2 timeouts left, so if Seattle gets a stop here, they can have the ball with a bunch of time left before halftime. And again, remember, Seattle gets the ball to start the second half. So a lot of good things coming up could potentially happen for the Seahawks before halftime, but they just have to keep their foot on the gas. They haven't really been able to do much of anything so far, so doing that would really be awesome. We're at Joe Montana likes. Love to see it. Love to see it. Montana likes. Let's keep it rocking and rolling. Let's keep it rocking and rolling. Let's get to 20 likes. But yeah, so we're coming up. We're 2-minute warning now in the first half. Tampa Bay will have 3rd and 7 inside their own 10-yard line. So if you're Seattle, if you get the stop right here, then you can really call timeout, try and get the ball. You'll get the ball back and maybe get some points before halftime. You get the ball to start the second half, really make a game of it. But so far, Seattle's offense has just been struggling, to say the least. Let's take a look and see the stats for the game so far. So Seattle only have 50 yards of offense. 50 yards. 17 rushing yards and 33 passing yards. Yikes. Compared to the Buccaneers have over 200 yards of offense. Time of possession, Buccaneers 18 minutes. Seattle 9. High Fidelity, how we doing, buddy? Thank you for liking the power ranking video, my man. Appreciate you. That always means a lot. Thank you kindly. And it's one of those things that, like, when it comes to power rankings, it's very easy to get caught up in the moment for, like, what happened in that game. I try to do, like, a blend when it comes to power rankings of how good the team is, how good they just played last week, how good they played on the season, and then kind of like even like looking ahead a little bit too. But I appreciate the compliment on the Power Rankings video. Feel free to check out the channel if anyone's new here. Consider subscribing. Really helps out. Liking the stream is something that really helps out too. Albert says, story goes like this. Before Montana drove him against Cincinnati for the title. Yep, John Candy. He goes, hey, is that John Candy? And everyone was like, ah. And then that drive was a thing of beauty, really. Just super methodical, very West Coast. Now, with big 3rd and 7 here for Tampa Bay, Brady's in shotgun. No one in the backfield. 3 receivers up top, 2 down low. Really looking to pick up this first down here. Snap is away. Brady looking to throw under pressure. Throws it. Ball is batted down at the line of scrimmage by Shelby Harris, who came over in the trade, in the Russell Wilson trade. So, and that really helps out Seattle because that actually allows them to keep their second timeout. So they only had 2 timeouts left with the incomplete pass. Stops the clock, of course, and now Seattle, there's a minute 57 left. They should have very solid field position, plus they have 2 timeouts. The punter deep in his own end zone here to punt it away. Yikes. And it's good. Punt is away. Let's see where Seattle is potentially. It's a really nice punt. Punts, and it was a fair catch by DJ Dallas all the way back at their own 30-yard line. So a huge punt. That was about a 63-yarder. Holy moly. I would have thought that Seattle would have the ball maybe around, at worst, around their own 45, but they have to go back. They're back at their own 30 now. So excellent punt right there. Wait, where are they placing the ball? At the 35? Nerves of steel. You have to. That's what Montana had, that's for sure. A lot of the great winning Super Bowl quarterbacks just cool, calm, and collected in the biggest moments. So 2 timeouts. There's a minute 49 left in the half. Plenty of time for Seattle right here. I want to see where they spot the ball because I thought it was around the 30, but where they were huddling up, it looked like it was in a different spot. Seattle's punted on all 4 of their drives this game. Yeah, it's at the 30. Okay, I was right. Geno Smith is shotgun. Back to his left. 2 receivers up top. Tight end up top as well. DK Metcalf by himself down low. Snap is away. Maybe a false start. Geno Smith in trouble. Is going to get sacked. Devin White right up the middle on a delayed blitz. The time ran out in an instant. Delayed blitz, excellent play call. You'll lose about, 10 yards at least on the play. Wow, nice. And I don't know what the Austin Blythe, was at the center. I don't know what he was doing. But he did not account for any stunt at all. Big time. And they lost 10 yards. 2nd and 20. There's just over a minute left. Do Seattle want to just try and, I guess they want to try and get something here. Snap is away. Geno in the pocket, looking, throwing it deep. Caught! That's going to be Marquise Goodwin, former 49ers, gets 19 yards on the play. So now this drive is back on. Really nice. I want to see the route here. Sean Murphy bunting in coverage. Marquise Goodwin just sits down in coverage between the linebacker and cornerback. 3rd and 1, less than a minute left. They're at their own 39. They hand it to Walker. Walker's going to get nowhere. He's going to lose about 3 yards. Holy moly. And that's probably that's going to do it for the half. Back and forth. Seattle sacked on the first play, lost 10 yards. Pick up 19 yards, lose 3 on the next rush. And this will basically be it. Oh, I forgot to move the football back. This will basically be it for the half. Tampa Bay is going to lead 14-0. And look, Seattle gets the ball to start the second half, but overall their offense has looked anemic, to say the least. So they're going to have to make some serious adjustments going into the second half. They just haven't really been able to run the ball, and that's what Seattle has been able to do well in their 4-game winning streak, that they've been able to get up those chunk yards, 6-7 yards on first down. 26 people in here, guys. You know what to do. We're up to 18 likes. All right. Appreciate that. Let's keep it rocking and rolling, folks. 4th and 4. Energy drink. See you second half. So the punt is away. There's 36 seconds left. Tampa Bay actually called a timeout, and this punt is going to be excellent, and it's down inside the 5, so Tampa Bay will have the ball at their own 2, but you have to think that they're probably just going to kneel it, go into the half with the lead, comfortable lead, and Seattle will get the ball to start the second half. So in about 45 minutes, they will be announcing the actives and inactives for the early set of games. The big one to look at is Josh Allen going to be out there? We'll see. Do the Eagles fans legit have a solid team? Yeah, they do. Yeah, they're just going to kneel it. Did Seattle call timeout or? Oh, I don't know what's going on. The Eagles have a very solid team, and they've really kind of gone all in on this season. They have a Super Bowl window right now. If you look at it, the NFC is pretty weak, all things considered. Seattler and Serauber is how you say the Buccaneers and Seahawks in German. Touchdown is Landung. Landung. But they're talking about German for blitz. Jeepers. Okay. The Eagles have a very good team, really going all in, and they've made some key pickups when you think about it, trading for C.J. Gardner-Johnson, who I think leads the NFL in interceptions. You're able to add Bradbury, the cornerback, who was with the New York Giants. Then you look at being able to trade for a guy like Robert Quinn as well. So in addition to trading for A.J. Brown, and they still have 2 first-round picks next year. So the Eagles have done a fantastic job. The key really also, of course, has been that Jalen Hurts has emerged as a very legit quarterback. Brady kneeling it down. Looks like he maybe took a little bit of a shot on that. Weird. But we're going to be in halftime right now, folks. Buffalo needs to triple cover Jefferson. Well, if you do that, and I know that I'm guessing some hyperbole, but they still have Adam Thielen. They have Dalvin Cook. They traded for T.J. Hawkinson. So Minnesota are not just you can't just cover Jefferson and just be like, okay, well, now they have nothing. So they still have a lot of weapons out there. So we'll see. This is a big test here for Kirk Cousins, though. They came back against Washington last week. They were able to get the win, but can they really just against a great Buffalo team? Can they get the win on the road? So that's going to be the deal breaker right there. Is can they get a huge win against Buffalo? To me, Buffalo I think is favored, but of course that's all going to come down to whether Josh Allen's going to play or not. But yeah, feel free to leave any comments in the chat, guys. Always love engaging with all of you. It's always a fun time. 23 people in here. Really appreciate each and every one of you for being here. We're going to have a fun, exciting second half coming on up. And then we got said game, Buffalo Bills and the Minnesota Vikings. All right, we're at halftime. So far, this game has been all Tampa Bay. Seattle just haven't been able to establish their run game, which is really what they kind of build everything off of. Is that's like where Seattle have been so good all season long, is that they've been able to get decent yards on first down, gets them into 2nd and 3, 2nd and 4, where they can open up the entire playbook. The defense basically has to defend the entire field, and it really leads to favorable matchups, especially when you have guys like DK Metcalf and you have Tyler Lockett. Kenneth Walker's really come on big lately too. Noah Fant's had a couple of good games, so there you go. Watch this. Kirk Cousins going to get in the playoffs. Yeah, Kirk Cousins definitely has shown that he struggles in prime time in the big games, but I think this is a good marker for a good test for Kirk Cousins in the, it's not a prime time game, but basically it's essentially the nationally televised game because so many people are going to be watching the Buffalo Bills and the Minnesota Vikings. So yeah, he's really got to step up though. Does Kirk Cousins. I think Kirk Cousins is a good quarterback, but he's far from perfect. No quarterback is perfect, but he's far from perfect. And I think that he really needs to prove people wrong. No excuses. He's got a bunch of great weapons, and they have an okay, solid defense behind them. That's going to be the key, I think. Is you never really want to go in when you talk about playoffs and think about your quarterback is a potential liability. That's the worst thing. But if they can put him in good situations, and I think Minnesota, they're playing well. I think they're maybe a little bit lucky with some of their with who they're playing against. They don't have the toughest schedule, so the NFC North is not good, especially with Green Bay just being really bad this year. Week 1, Minnesota just dominated Green Bay. Green Bay, not a good team this year. Frickin' Detroit is Detroit. They just beat Green Bay. Chicago is very inconsistent, Go Captain Kirk, huh? Captain Kirk. Kirk or Picard? I was always a Kirk guy, even though I never actually really watched Star Trek, so I just always know that was a thing. Shifties, do you think the NFL will expand internationally? Asked Bryant. Do you see a team moving to London or a league adding a few more teams in different countries? No, I don't think so. Not anytime soon. I don't think it's feasible. Yeah, if I were, so here's what I would say. If I were the NFL, I would really look to bringing back NFL Europe. I think it's 5. Yeah, I think it's maybe 5 or 6. I think there's 2 games in Germany this year, and I think there might be 6 games. Because I think there's 4 games in London. All the MVP hype, Geno Smith looks less than average. Yes, you're absolutely right. Tampa Bay, number 1, have been able to get pressure on him. Number 2, they've been able to stop the run. So it's really put Geno into not so great situations. The last number of games, he's been able to do a lot of 2nd and 3. You can do play action, you get time back there, but not today. Maybe the Conquer, because that friggin' airplane, that jet that just not the most safe track record, if I'm not mistaken, the Concorde. But I just don't think it's feasible with traveling and stuff, because it would be such a disadvantage to the London team, because half of their games they'd have to be traveling 3,000 to 5,000 miles. And yeah, I just don't think it would be feasible. Now, to me, I would maybe look to bring back NFL Europe type deal, because I think that there's still a lot of good football players out there. Maybe there can be. I'm trying to think what they could do as well, but that's what I would say, is that maybe they have a few, maybe a. Okay, I don't know. But I think that they should do an NFL Europe deal again. That will be my suggestion, because I just don't think the travel is feasible for teams especially for the London, if you were like the London team, and if you had to constantly travel, like half of your games are 3,000, and then you have to travel all the way back too after those games. I just don't know if it would work. I think that maybe they should do like an international league where it's, like NFL Europe, something like that. I think would be the better way to go, but really push it, and I think there should be like a draft as well, of course, for all that kind of stuff too. What I think that is that there should be a draft for like, they should have like the NFL draft, and then like after it they should have the like NFL Europe draft, and like all the undrafted guys could then choose whether they want to try their luck on an NFL roster, or do they want to be like potential star players in NFL Europe and go there and really showcase their skills and maybe then move to the NFL, something like that. Let's see. If the Rams finish 7-2 these last 9 games, beating Seattle twice, they'll make the playoffs and put the Seahawks back where they belong. Yeah, I mean, so yeah, I think for me, Seattle's my most hated team in the division. Then it's the Rams, then it's the Cardinals. But the Rams finished 7-2. I don't know. I mean, maybe, but look, never say never, and maybe they get hot. But I don't think Stafford's going to play today. Did I read that correctly? I think Stafford is going to be out today. So, a lot of potential quarterback issues. Pretty crazy. Pretty freaking wild. So we'll see. There's a lot of guys who could potentially be out. Holy moly. I'm just seeing that penalty of the Alabama guy who like face mask on the Ole Miss quarterback, and like the helmet went completely backwards and came off. Crazy. But yeah, I mean, look, you can't count out the Rams because the NFC is, I think it's going to be a fight all the way to the end. But the Rams got to start winning some football games now too. They Beckham Jr. going to Dallas. Has that been announced? Or is that your opinion? I wonder, is that actually opinion, or is that just I don't see any updates on that, but I could see him going to Dallas. I mean, when you think about it, the hell's going on here? When you think about it, they have CeeDee Lamb, Michael Gallup. I think has maybe had some issues coming back from injury. And I think Odell Beckham could really help him out. Plus, Dallas are in a really good position. Now, if he goes to Dallas, he will not be welcome back whenever they play the Giants. He would not be welcome. Oh, he would not be welcome back at MetLife Stadium. That's for damn sure. So, but at the end of the day, look, he wants to win, and I think Dallas have a good team. Their defense is playing incredibly well. Dan Quinn's doing a great job over there. They have one of the best defensive players in the NFL in Micah Parsons. The defense is just playing really hard. I don't think he's going to go to Green Bay, simply because Green Bay. You have Dallas versus Green Bay today, later tonight, on today. So I just don't think that he would go there because they're really, especially if they lose today, like they're not out of it, but it's not looking good, to say the least. Gonna grab some water, guys. I'll be right back. Parsons is a dog. Yes, Micah Parsons is a special player, that's for sure. Definitely not what I expected coming out of Penn State. I thought he'd be more like just that roaming middle linebacker, but he's been able to, they basically converted him to like a hybrid, like edge / middle linebacker, and he's been amazing. It's one of those things where you blend, when it comes to the draft pick, you blend a really talented player, plus you have a really good plan in place for his development and like what position, and you just execute it really well. Antonio Brown to San Francisco, oof, never gonna happen. He would hate it in San Francisco, Antonio Brown, because we just don't throw the ball that much. When you really think about it, the 49ers, like, you have Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, George Kittle, Christian McCaffrey now, Jawan Jennings, like all these guys, we just don't throw the ball enough. He'd get maybe 1 or 2 targets a game, and then we'd see him running away from the 49ers, throwing off his uniform. What a crazy situation. Just really wild, man. The whole Antonio Brown thing. All right. So we have 20 people in here, guys. We're at halftime. Third quarter should be coming up in a few minutes. Right now, for me, it's 8 a.m. on the west coast of the United States. How did that go down there? So in about 30 minutes, they'll be announcing the inactives for the early games. The one to keep an eye on is Josh Allen going to play for the Buffalo Bills? I hope that he will play, of course, if he's healthy enough. That would be awesome. It would make that Vikings-Bills game a whole lot more exciting. But hopefully, so he'll be good to go, and especially just because it will show that he's good enough for his own health. So there you go. And if anyone's new here, do consider subscribing to the channel. And really appreciate all of that. Any and all support is greatly appreciated. If anyone wants to go completely above and beyond, feel free to check out. I have a Venmo and WhatsApp. Not expected, but appreciated. So we'll be coming back. It's going to be 14-0 Tampa Bay over the Seattle Seahawks. Seattle is going to get the ball to start the second half. You know, there's still a lot of game left. You know, it's only a 2-touchdown game, and you have like the full half of football. So I think Seattle really can't get away from trying to establish the run. Now, I think they might have to try and mix it up a little bit. I would maybe use guys like Marquise Goodwin, Tyler Lockett on maybe end arounds, things like that, where you get the defense maybe second guessing themselves. Then you can really hit them up the middle with guys like Kenneth Walker. Did they just show the stadium it being like basically empty? Like there's no freaking way. That place was like packed. I think actually the tickets for this game, like I remember when they announced the Germany game and then when the tickets went on sale, I think this game sold out in like less than an hour. High Fidelity asks, how do you think Elijah Mitchell will do now that he's been activated? I think tonight will probably ease him back in to a certain degree. I would expect him to maybe get 10 touches in this game would be my guess. I think maybe 8, depending on how the game's going, of course, but I think maybe like 8 or 9 carries and maybe 1 reception would be my guess. But I think the good thing is that it's really going to lighten the load for some other guys. But Mitchell is a guy who's really solid running back, really north and south, aggressive, like hitting the hole. So it's going to be great to have Elijah Mitchell back. He was so good in his rookie year last year. Really, you could see a huge difference in the 49ers run game between when Mitchell's there and not. So very excited to have him back. But I think he'll be relatively easing him back in. But as the season goes on, we'll see more of him. So the kick is away to start the second half. Suckup, I believe, kicks it away. And that's going to go into the end zone. So the Seahawks will have 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They're doing a little interview here with Pete Carroll. So this is always recorded a little bit earlier before the kickoff, but I'm sure coaches hate this. Coaches and players, when they're like interviewed during the game, they're like, let me do my job. Birds flying in front of the camera. Why do birds suddenly appear? 1st and 10, Seattle. Geno Smith in shotgun, back to his right. Do they try and establish this run game? Snap is away, looking to throw. Quick throw is going to be broken tackle. Will Dissly up to the Seahawks' own 38-yard line. So a pickup of 13. Nice little play right there. Just a very little run it up, a little out, sit in the empty part of the zone, do a little move once you catch the ball. 13 yards, 1st down Seattle. Todd Bowles not happy. So Seattle 1st and 10, still in shotgun. Maybe they'll completely ignore my advice. Snap is away. They fake the handoff to Walker. Geno Smith throws it across the middle. Will Dissly again gets another 14, 15 yards on the play. So maybe they were able to see something in the first half in terms of how Tampa Bay was defending Dissly, a lot of one-on-one coverages, a lot of favorable mismatches, really not paying attention to Dissly. He's able to sit down in the soft part of zone coverage. So there you go. 14 minutes left. They're already at the Tampa Bay 47-yard line. Geno Smith in shotgun. Snap is away. They're going to quick pass. Is going to be caught by DK Metcalf. Metcalf is so big. First down Seattle. Gets 11 yards. Quick pass out. He just runs over a guy. Does DK Metcalf. 3 passes, 3 first downs here for Seattle to start the second half. 2 to Will Dissly, the tight end. 1 now to DK Metcalf. And Metcalf is just such a big dude. He runs over Jamel Dean, who's like a big cornerback. So Geno Smith shotgun, back to his right. 2 receivers up top, joined by a tight end. DK Metcalf down low by himself. All lonely. Snap is away. Geno looking to throw. Quick throw. It's an out to Tyler Lockett. Tyler Lockett makes a man. Almost made Carlton Davis miss, but still enough for a first down. A pickup of 11. DK Metcalf is yelling at the official about something or other. But 4 passes, 4 first downs. Seattle able to move the ball efficiently. They're getting the ball out of his hands fast. They're at the Tampa Bay 24 in shotgun. Snap is away. He's going to run it up the middle now with a block from Kenneth Walker. Takes a pretty big hit. Does Geno Smith. Gets about maybe 2 yards on the play. Looked like it was maybe a designed run because Snap came in. He looked to throw and then almost immediately just tuck it and ran. And Kenneth Walker was in front of him to lay a block, but only picks up about 2. Takes a bit of a hit as well. So, yeah, if you're the Seahawks, you don't like seeing a guy like Geno Smith taking too many hits. I would say it's about a pick. They call it only a pickup of 1. I would have said about 2 yards, but either way. Geno Smith, they're staying in shotgun back to his right. This is going to be a run, I think. No, it's not. Looking to throw. Wow, he was looking for Colby Parkinson, the tight end out of Stanford. The ball just, it was really close coverage, a bit of contact. But the ball, the way it was thrown, there was no way he was coming down in bounds. Good effort, though, by Colby, but no way was he going to catch that. Just too high. Good effort, though, but Seattle on the move. But here, can Tampa Bay now? Suddenly it's 3rd and 9. Can they get after the quarterback? Maybe force him to hold him to 3. Geno in shotgun, back to his left. 3 receivers up top. You got Fant, Lockett, and Goodwin up top. DK down low by himself. Homer in the backfield to Geno's left. Snap is away. They just get it off in time. Geno looking to throw for Metcalf. Incomplete. Metcalf looking for a flag, but he's not going to get it. Andrew, thank you for the subscription. I really appreciate that, man. That's super awesome of you. We're up to 853 subscribers. Let's keep it rocking and rolling, guys. If you're new to the channel, do consider subscribing. After this game, we got the Vikings and the Bills. Tonight, we got the 49ers and the Chargers, and that's going to be the game where I'm going to be going bananas. So you definitely want to come back for that at the very least. Now, there is a flag thrown late. Unsportsmanlike conduct against Seattle. I think it's going to be against DK Metcalf because he was just yelling at the officials looking for a flag. So that pushes them back. It was going to be a 40-yard field goal. So now does this push it back to being a 55-yarder? Oof. And this is where we talk about discipline. Yeah, it's 15 yards. That's definitely not pass interference. You got to stop whining to the refs. Like, what was I wonder what he was saying here. Now it's a 55-yard attempt for Myers of the Seahawks. Snap is away. Kick is up. It's looking good. Yes, it is good. Battle for California. You got that right, Brian. We've already won. We have 3 battles for California this season. We've won 2 of them. Can we win the 3rd? So Seattle's able to get on the board, picking up a field goal right there. They still made it, even though DK Metcalf got an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. And that also means that, just to throw it out there, if I'm not mistaken, if DK is to get another unsportsmanlike conduct, then he'd be thrown out of the game. But hopefully, we don't want to see a guy of the caliber of DK Metcalf getting thrown out, because he is an awesome player. He's an awesome player to watch. I hate the Seahawks with a passion, but he's awesome. We're at 20 likes, guys. Let's get to 25 likes. We're talking Elijah Mitchell. We're talking with the 49ers, Richard Sherman. 25 likes. Let's do it. We got 25 people in here. Let's get 25 likes. Again, thank you, Andrew, for the latest subscription. Really helps out. Really means a lot. Do consider subscribing to the channel. It really does help me on my quest for 1,000 subscribers. So Seattle really, and they kind of contradicted exactly what I said they were going to do. They came out throwing the football. They had success. They had 4 passes, 4 first downs, in just consecutive plays. And then, of course, the drive did end up stalling out, but they came out throwing. So we'll see if they look to maybe establish the run game moving forward, but that remains to be seen. There's still a lot of time left for Seattle. Time is not the issue. Although Seattle's defense now really has to look to get a stop right here. They have to get a stop. Because if Tampa Bay, it's Seattle, their offense is not really geared around big plays. They're more methodical, more run the ball, hit you for a 15-yard pass, then that kind of offense. So, but we'll see if they can mix it up, change things up. I'm going to see if there's any updates right here on let's see if there's any updates here on Josh Allen. Nothing quite yet. So we're about 20 minutes or so until, DK Metcalf was just yelling at the official, and if that happens again, he's done. He's done for the game. So, but about 20 minutes until in the early-ish set of games, that they have to announce their inactives. Kick is away, and it's a short kick. Rachaad White actually takes it up to the 25, up to the 30-yard line. So solid return right there for Tampa Bay. Pretty short kick. They fielded at the 5-yard line, but they did get a lot of air underneath it. But DK Metcalf was not too thrilled about that no call. But they still made the field goal, so ultimately it was relatively inconsequential with regards to kicking the field goal because they still made it. But if DK gets another one, he's out. 1st and 10 right now for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Solid field position at their own 29. They're calling it Brady in shotgun back to his left. I think that's Fournette back there, or is that White? Oh, it's Rachaad White. They hand it to White up the middle. Fights and actually gets about 2-3 yards on the play. Looked like he was going to be stopped potentially for a loss, but is just able to churn away, pick up a few yards, get positive yards, and that's really always what you need on 1st down. 2nd and 7 is a whole lot better than 2nd and 11. May not seem like a huge difference, but trust me, when it comes to what coaches can do, calling plays, anytime you hear interviews, that can be this many plays compared to this many plays if it's 2nd and 11. 2nd and 7 right now. Brady shotgun back to his left. 2 receivers down low. Godwin and Evans down low. Snap is away. Brady looking to throw. He's got time. Quick throw is going to be caught by Mike Evans. Only going to pick up about 4 yards. So it's going to make a 3rd and very manageable. It's going to be 3rd and 3, I would say. They're calling a 3rd and 2. Depends. I guess they gave him some incredibly favorable forward progress right there. But I'm going to say it's 3rd and 2, maybe 3rd and a long 2 or 3rd and 3. But solid play right there for Tampa Bay to really, now they can open up the playbook. But if you're Seattle, if you can get a stop here, if you can force a 3 and out, you put up points, you maybe have a little momentum going on offense, and then you just are able to get back in the game. Brady shotgun back to his left. Now 3 receivers up top. Julio down low. Brady looking for Julio on a quick out route, and that's just textbook how you run it. Picks up about 3 or 4 yards on the play. Just Julio running a little out route, covered by Michael Jackson. I'm sure he's never had any jokes made. Julio. And Julio's had a good game. Good to see Julio Jones kind of bounce back. He's been kind of quiet the last few years. Direct snap to Leonard Fournette. Churning out yards gets about 2 yards on the play. So it was a wildcat formation. You rarely see those anymore. Remember when Miami brought that in with Tony Sperano and Bill Parcells? They brought in the wildcat. That was fun. Oh, Brady just went out wide. But yeah, it was a wildcat. Pick up about 2 yards, went off tackle to the right. Not really much doing right there. 2nd and 8, Tampa Bay. Brady shotgun back to his left. Scotty Miller coming down in motion. Snap is away. They're going to hand it off to Fournette up the middle. Fournette really fighting for yards. Going to get about 7 yards. It's going to be 3rd and inches coming up right now for the Buccaneers. Why isn't the game on your TV? This game is on NFL Network. Unless if you live in the Seattle area or if you live in Tampa Bay, it'll be on a local channel. Otherwise, the game is on NFL Network. And I'd love to be able to show the game, but if I did put the game on the stream, my stream would be shut down in about 30 seconds. So Brady behind center, pitches it up to Rachaad White. Going to get the first down, running hard, running tough. Gets about 3 or 4 yards. First down, Tampa Bay. And they're just able to just get these long drives going, able to pick up first downs. They're just making it happen. Nice play right there. Good blocking right there by 76. Is that Tristan Wirfs maybe? Or is that Donovan Smith? But really nice blocking right there. Spy Nick Danger. Go Niners. Go Niners is damn right, buddy. We'll be doing that game tonight. And you guys, anyone who's ever seen my streams for the Niner games, it gets wild in here. Brady fakes the handoff. It's 1st and 10. Throws it out to Cade Otton, the rookie tight end out of Washington. Gets 8 yards. Otton for 8. Beat the Chargers. Let's go Niners. Go Shifty. There we go. Less than 8 minutes left. Hit the like button, everybody. You're damn right. Subscribe to the channel. We got Minnesota and Buffalo coming up after this. We're up to 854 subscribers. Thank you very much to the latest subscriber. Really, really appreciate that. It really helps out the channel. And we're at 23 likes. We're at Christian McCaffrey likes. Can we get to Elijah Mitchell likes? The fellow running back. Let's get to 25 likes. Brady shotgun, 2nd and 2 on the Seattle 40. Snap is away. Looking to throw. Throwing it. One-on-one matchup. Chris Godwin with the big catch. Tariq Woolen on the coverage, and man, that's a physical battle right there. Chris Godwin, very physical receiver. Tariq Woolen, big-time quarterback, 6'2", 6'3", big, strong, fast, but a little bit more physical. Chris Godwin really reminds me of like an Anquan Boldin type. That would be my comparison when it comes to Chris Godwin as Anquan Boldin. Now, not as good. I mean, Boldin's a Hall of Famer as far as I'm concerned, but 1st and 10 for the Buccaneers. They got this wildcat formation going again. Fournette is actually going to throw it to Brady. It's going to be intercepted. Fournette throws an interception. And I had a feeling that they might try and do this, that they would, because they ran this play and Fournette just ran it. And now Fournette runs off tackle, throws it to Brady, but he's covered by Tariq Woolen. And Woolen gets another interception. There's a flag on the play, and I think Brady can tell that it's going to be against the Buccaneers, because I think maybe it was a tripping? Potentially, or what's the call here? Yes, it's going to be tripping against Brady, so that's going to be about an extra 10 or 15 yards. Wow. That's wild. Brady's like, really on me? What is Fournette doing? Brady was on the ground. I mean, I don't know. Is that tripping? I mean, it seemed like his feet was already up. Oh, he did kick his leg up. So yeah, that's tripping. What a stupid play. And so here, and that's the tricky thing is when you do those plays where it's like the running back or the wide receiver throws it, they really never throw it away. Haley, thank you very much for the subscription. Really, really appreciate that. Really means a lot. Thank you very much. All right. So now we're up to 855 subscribers on the march to 1,000 subscribers. Let's go. We got 30 people in here. But that's like the risk that you take when you have like a running back or a wide receiver throw the football, which is what Leonard Fournette, he should have just tucked it and ran with it. You don't always have to make the throw. I mean, you're not. Well, I guess you could try and tell that to Jimmy Garoppolo because that guy has never thrown the ball away in his life. But yeah, sometimes you just take the play. They were in scoring position. They could have made it a 2-touchdown game again. But suddenly Seattle now back in the game here. All right. So we're about 10 minutes away until they announce the inactives for the early games, and we're keeping an eye here, and I'll let you guys know about the status of Josh Allen, if he will be able to go in the game coming up right after this. So hopefully he can. But yeah, frickin' Leonard Fournette just throwing the interception, and now you give a lot of momentum to Seattle. They put up points. There's only 3, but they put up points. Now they get the ball, which should be in a pretty favorable spot. Well, they're going to have the ball at their own 16-yard line, but there's 6 minutes, 33 seconds left. Plenty of time. Time's not an issue by any means. I think it's with your cable. I have NFL Network through my cable. That's how I have it. But, you know, everyone, you might be able to just subscribe. I don't know if it would be on, there's like the NFL Plus app or whatever, subscription thing. But yeah, this game is on NFL Network. Unless if you live in Seattle or in Tampa Bay, then you can watch it. Then you can watch it on a local channel. But otherwise, it's on NFL Network. So 1st and 10 now for Seattle at their own 16. Geno Smith in shotgun fakes the handoff to Goodwin, and Geno Smith is just going to tuck it and run, and takes a little bit of a hit there. And the flag does come in late. He's sliding down. Yes, WGG. Actually, I didn't call that play very well at all, but basically, it was a direct snap to Leonard Fournette. Brady was split out wide, a wide receiver. Fournette kind of faked as if he was going to run off tackle to his right, and then just stops and then throws it to Brady, but he was covered by Tariq Woolen. Brady was on the ground, so he never had a shot anyways. But yeah. So direct snap to Fournette. And they're going to say unnecessary roughness here on Tampa Bay. Geno Smith was sliding, and they're going to say it was a late hit, which this is just so, it's like bang, bang. Like, he just put his hands all over his helmet. That's what it was. That makes sense. It wasn't really for a late hit. It was because Geno Smith went to slide, and the Buccaneer defender just basically pat him on the helmet, and we know you can't touch the helmet at all. 1st and 10. Seattle up to their own 35 suddenly. Geno Smith looking to throw across the middle, going to be caught by Noah Fant. Noah Fant, big, strong tight end, picks up a first down. 11 yard pickup, so it's enough for a first down. Noah Fant up the middle. Seattle really, you feel like this is their chance now where they can really turn the tide in this game. Jimmy G, when he does throw the ball away, it's an interception. Yeah, he really does love gifting some interceptions to linebackers. 1st and 10, empty backfield now for Geno. Looking to throw. They bring blitz, and then it's going to be caught by Metcalf. And Metcalf, 11-yard pickup, runs right through the tackle of Carlton Davis. But Davis does just enough to trip him up so he can't keep running. But now they're just on the move. They're into Tampa Bay territory. And Tampa Bay have just really hurt themselves badly so far with penalties on this drive and lately in this game. Empty backfield again. They're going hurry up. Smart. Geno Smith in shotgun looking to throw. They're going to throw it out to Kenneth Walker. Going to try and makes a man miss. Really nice move right there by the rookie out of Michigan State. Sean Murphy Bunting was right there for the tackle, but Walker just does a little shake and bake, gets around him, ends up picking up about 5-6 yards, they're going to call it. Could have been easily a pickup of nothing or even a loss on the play, but solid play right there from Kenneth Walker. 2nd and 4 now. They huddle up. Geno Smith behind center. Walker in the backfield. They're going to fake the handoff, looking to throw. Throwing it deep. Wide open is DK Metcalf, and I think he did get in bounds. That's going to be another first down Seattle. They're inside, the 20-yard line. Hard to say exactly where they are. They're near the red zone. They're going to be right at the 21, 22-yard line. So they're on the move right now, 22-yard line, 1st and 10. Hands it off to Kenneth Walker on first down. Churns away some yards, gets about 4 yards on first down. It's going to be 2nd and 6 Seattle inside the 20. They're moving, and there's 4 minutes left in the quarter. Tampa Bay, there's a Seattle Seahawk on the ground. It's Abraham Lucas, the rookie right tackle out of Washington State. Hopefully he's all right. He's on the ground. He was going to get helped up, but cannot get up under his own power. It's Tom Brady slipping on the ground. That was hilarious on the interception by Leonard Fournette. Just silliness right there. It was Damian Lewis who's hurt. My apologies, not Abraham Lucas. Damian Lewis, young player out of LSU, offensive lineman for the Seahawks, is on the ground, but they're moving the ball. It's going to be 2nd and 6 for the Seattle Seahawks at the Tampa Bay 18. Still about 4 minutes left or so in the third quarter. Seattle has a lot of time. The tide really is turning in this game so far. 14-0 at halftime. Seattle's able to come out, put up 3 points. They get an interception. They are now driving. But this drive has to end with points for Seattle. Can't have any turnovers if Seattle wants to get back in this game. Even if they have to settle for 3, then you make it a 1-possession game. Thank you to all the new subscribers today as well. Really does help out a lot, guys. It actually is a tremendous help. We got 33 people in here. Drop a like if you're liking the content so far. Consider subscribing so you get notified when I go live, when I do new videos. I mostly do 49ers-based content, do some NFL stuff as well. And we're going to be doing the Bills and the Vikings coming up after this. Tonight we're doing the 49ers and Chargers. Of course, we're doing the Niner game tonight. That's going to be a fun one from Levi's Stadium. Yeah, Jimmy Garoppolo. Gotta love Jimmy. He does keep games interesting, that's for sure. And Jimmy, I think, has taken a few years off my life with some of the throws that he's made. So there we go. Hopefully Damian Lewis of the Seattle Seahawks is okay. He was on the ground. They went to offer to help him back up, but he was just on the ground. So hopefully he'll be all right for the Seahawks. It really allows Tampa Bay to settle down a little bit. Seattle gives them a chance to kind of think about what they want to do. They're in the red zone, 2nd and 6. Roger Craig, the like button. We're at 24 likes. Wait, who's number 24 now for the 49ers? Used to be K1. Let's get to 25 likes. We're only a like away from 25. Let's keep it rock and rolling. 38 people in here, guys. Appreciate you spending your Sunday with me, Shifty's 49ers Talk. Feel free to chat in the chat. Always a good time. So it's going to be 2nd and 6 now for the Seahawks. Geno Smith and shotgun back to his left. 2 receivers up top, 2 tight ends down low. Snap is away, looking to throw. Only a 3-man rush, dropping 8. Dump it off to Kenneth Walker, and there's no one nearby, and he actually kind of slips up under his own accord. Picks up about 5 yards, 4 or 5 yards. So it's going to be 3rd and short. We're going to call it 3rd and 2. And interesting play. Just you drop 8 into coverage, and then you have Kenneth Walker wide open, and there's just no one within like 5 or 10 yards. Like you think that if you have 8 in coverage, you can get someone to at least move up and, cover the flat. But either way, 3rd and 2. Personally, you don't like the Niners, but I hope they... Oh, thank you, OGX. Appreciate that, man. 41 people in here. Let's go. Geno Smith and pistol right now. They're going to hand it off to Kenneth Walker up the middle. First down, Seattle. And they're now going to be inside the 10-yard line. It's going to be first and goal for the Seattle Seahawks from just inside the 10-yard line. And come on, Tampa Bay. Come on, defense. I could never root for the Seahawks. Now, look, I'm no Tampa Bay fan, but I need the Seahawks to lose here. So my Niners have a shot to get back in the NFC West tonight. Geno in shotgun. Going to throw it up for Metcalf. Almost one-hands it. Wow, and Metcalf has to be careful here because earlier in the game, Metcalf was called for unsportsmanlike conduct. If he has another one, if I'm not mistaken, he pushes off Jamal Dean, if anything. But if he gets another one, I think he might be ejected from the game. I think that's the rule. But it's gonna be second and 9 right now for the Seahawks in goal. Empty backfield. Geno gonna try and maybe run it. They close down and Geno's going to get sacked. He fumbles it and Tampa Bay get it. Tampa Bay get it. Tampa Bay football. Let's go. Let's freaking go. Geno Smith was looking to run for a second. So there was only a 3-man rush. Initially looking to throw. Nothing open. Then he was going to run for it. Gets knocked in the backfield by Devin White. And Tampa Bay come up with the fumble and goal to go. That's a huge turn of events here. And Seattle, who had all the momentum, suddenly just lose it all. So the interception by Leonard Fournette does not come back to hurt the Buccaneers tremendously. But wow. So to describe that play a little bit better, 2nd and 9 and goal, empty backfield, Geno Smith looking to throw. The Buccaneers only bring 3 initially, so they drop 8 into coverage. Geno Smith sees nothing open. He's going to tuck it and run. He's still in the backfield. Immediately, Devin White, the linebacker for the Buccaneers, sees what's going to happen. He runs up and hits Geno Smith. Ball comes out, immediately bounces into the hand of a Tampa Bay defender, and it's going to be first down Tampa Bay. And after all that built-up momentum, it's just all gone away. Yikes. That's devastating right there if you're a Seattle Seahawks fan. Devastating. Not good enough. And those are the mistakes that you just cannot make. We're up to 26 likes, everybody. Thank you very much. Appreciate all of you. Let's keep it going. Let's get to 30. Let's get to 30. We got 35 people in here. Drop a like, subscribe to the channel. Still in the third quarter here. There's 2:29 left in the third quarter. Tampa Bay, they would just love a long, grinded out drive, picking up a bunch of first downs, taking time off the clock, end the drive with points. Both of these teams have a bye week after this. Seattle currently on a 4-game win streak, going from 2-3 to 6-3. How big would it be if they were to lose this game? That would be huge for the 49ers. Gives the Niners a real shot then to tonight. They could theoretically get right back in it for the NFC West. They have the dance cam on here. We are in Munich, Germany, just in case anyone is unaware. In Allianz Arena. It's the home of the soccer team Bayern Munich. But a boneheaded play right there from Geno Smith and a great play by Devin White, the Pro Bowl linebacker for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, getting the turnover when it's 2nd and goal. Huge. 1st and 10 Tampa Bay. Brady behind center, single back, 2 receivers, 2 tight ends down low. They hand it off and Rashad White. He's got room. Oh, gets tripped up. Get broken out to the right. Looked like he had daylight. But a really nice tackle by the Seahawks defender. Gets about 6 yards on the play. Looked like he could have broken it maybe all the way. Geno Smith, and they're showing the replay of Geno Smith coughing up the football. Devin White is pumped up. Just a nice play to get his hand in there. It just does enough to swat it out of the hand of Geno Smith. 2nd and 3 for Tampa Bay. Brady behind center. 3 receivers, tight end, single back. They pitch it up to Rachaad White. Oh, no blocking whatsoever. He's going to lose about 4 yards on the play. And that's the dangerous thing when you run those pitch plays, when you pitch them out to the running back. It can really come back and bite you. And that's what just happened right there. So when it went from 2nd and 3 to about 3rd and 7. Excellent play by the linebacker, Brooks. Excellent discipline, read the play really well, aggressive, made it happen. Face mask, actually. He got a whole bunch of face masks there, and they did not call that. He did let go, but that was still a face mask. So 3rd and 7 right now. A minute left in the 3rd quarter. Brady and shotgun back to his left. Snap is away, looking to throw. They're bringing pressure. Throws it. Caught! There we go. 1st down, Tampa Bay. 1st down, Chris Godwin. Big time play. There we go. Let's keep this drive going, Tampa Bay. Let's keep it freaking going. 38 people in here, guys. Any subscriptions to the channel really helps out. Well, that was close coverage right there by Brooks. I wonder, it looked like it was maybe a little bit of a shove off there by Godwin, but Seattle can't complain about pushing off offensive pass interference because we saw Tyler Lockett last week when he was covered by Budda Baker. 20 seconds left in the 3rd. Brady behind center, I formation. They're going to hand it off to Rachaad White. Dancer breaking through. Breaking tackles up to the 40, up to the 45. Midfield into Seattle. He just throws a guy down. Quandre Diggs just gets thrown to the ground by Rachaad White. Big time pickup. That's going to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter. We're heading to the 4th. What a run there by Rachaad White. He just watched that stiff arm right there just goes, whew. Quandre Diggs just thrown to the ground. You love to see it. Awesome play. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And we have a new subscriber. We're up to 856. Thank you very much for the latest subscriber. I don't always get the notifications for a new subscriber, but thank you very much. And we're at 29 likes. Appreciate every single one of you. Hopefully you're enjoying the show. Hopefully you're enjoying the game. And here's the thing. We have, where is my boy? Damian Lee said the score was going to be 17-10 at the start of the game. And that's very much in play here. That scoreline is very much in play. That last run by Rachaad White, really nice pickup, ends up getting up to the Seattle. Let's see where they're at now. They're up to the Seattle 43-yard line. Rachaad White, 14 carries, 65 yards. Overall, Tampa Bay, 121 yards on the ground. So really nice job right there by the Buccaneers. We're into the 4th quarter, folks. Last quarter of the game. I'm going to check Twitter now and see if they've updated the status for Josh Allen. Boom, boom. Football this early in the morning doesn't mean we can start drinking now. Some of the tweet updates are great. I don't see any update here on... Let me see if there's anything. Josh Allen is active today. Josh Allen is active. So that's good news to hear for the next game that we're going to be doing after this one, right after the conclusion of Seattle and Tampa Bay. We're going to be hopping on over and doing the Minnesota Vikings hosting going to the Buffalo Bills. I'll be posting the link for that stream. That's going to be coming up in a little while. This play was great. Rachaad White, stiff arm on Quandre Diggs, just throws him to the ground, running with authority. And then he took a big shot himself on the tackle. 1st and 10, Tampa Bay at the Seattle 43. Start of the 4th quarter, Brady behind center, White in the backfield. You got a tight end and 3 receivers. Hands it off to White. White's going to get about maybe 2 yards on the play on 1st down. Seattle really sold out there to stop the run. Yeah, Rachaad White's had a solid game. No touchdown. He's like 65 yards. Well, now 67 yards rushing. And he has no reception. So, but I liked him a lot out of Arizona State. Same school that Brandon Ayuk went to. So, Brady and shotgun. White to his left. At the Seattle 41. 2 receivers up top. 2 tight ends down low. Snap is away. Brady looking to throw. Throwing it deep. Caught! God, there we go. Inside the 20. Cade Otton. I don't know why I did the touchdown, but that's a first down. First down, Tampa Bay. Brady had a lot of time. Very comfortable in the pocket. Excellent protection there. Cade Otton. Really nice route combination right there. Had Seattle all mixed up. You had 2 linebackers covering the exact same zone. So another miscommunication in the Seattle defense. Cade Otton. Nice tight end out of Washington, really stepping up the last few weeks. He had the touchdown grab, I think, against the Rams to win the game. Brady in shotgun, back to his left, 1st and 10 at the 16. They hand it to White. White's going to get maybe a yard. Good tackle right there by number 93. And if you're Seattle, you have to hold Tampa Bay to 3 here. You got to keep it a 2-possession game. If Tampa Bay can punch it in for 6, then they're going to be in big-time trouble. 2nd and 9. 39 people in here, guys. Appreciate you all being here. Feel free to leave any comments in the chat. Interesting play selection here. 33 rushes for Tampa Bay. Only 24 passing attempts. 2nd and 9. Brady behind center. Julio Jones in motion. Rachaad White in the backfield. 13 minutes left. They fake the handoff. Dump it off. A short pass to Cameron Brady. Gets blocked meters ahead of him. And he's going to get near the first down. Well-designed screen. Excellent blocking right there from the Tampa Bay offensive linemen. They're able to basically just motion out, get into their blocks. Cameron Brate, one of the forgotten guys here at Tampa Bay. Really solid player. And it's going to be, I think it's going to be 3rd and inches. It's going to be 3rd and 1 for Tampa Bay. Can they pick up a first down here? That would be massive, massive, massive if Tampa Bay can pick up looks like they're going to maybe call a timeout. Or maybe they're not happy with the play clock or something like that. Not really sure what's going on right here. But there's just over 12 minutes left in the game. So they're going to measure it. I think that this might be a first down. Oh, no, this will be short. This will be 3rd and inches. Yeah, this will be like maybe that much. 3rd and inches for the Buccaneers. So that should really push the play clock then back to 25 seconds, if I'm not mistaken. 35 people in here, guys. Thank you for being here, spending your Sunday with me and the whole crew. 30 likes. Thank you very much, guys. We're at 30 likes. Can we hit Roger Craig likes? 33 likes. That's 33 likes. 3rd and inches for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, look, if you're Tampa Bay, if you can get this first down here, that's another 2 minutes off the clock you could take. So we're in the 4th quarter, 12 minutes left. Brady shotgun is going to hand it off to Rachaad White. Gets the first down inside the 5-yard line to the 4-yard line. So it's going to be 1st and goal at the 4-yard line for Tampa Bay. Looks like Seagulls were too confident. They just haven't been able to do what they normally do offensively. They just haven't been able to run the ball. Like if we look at Seattle, 12 rushes, 30 yards, only 2.5 yards per carry. So if you shut down the run, that changes everything. How we doing, Thomas? Great to see you. Football all day long. 11 and a half minutes left. Tampa Bay 1st and goal at the Seattle 4-yard line. 2 tight ends, 2 receivers. Rachaad White. They're going to hand it off to White up the middle. He's going to get tackled. Really no gain on the play. That's going to make it 2nd and goal. Tampa Bay here will be more than happy to just let the clock just keep winding down. By the time the next play is going to be ran, there's going to be less than 11 minutes left in the game. 2nd and goal from the 4-yard line. Rachaad White has been a workhorse on this drive. He's been awesome. Really getting him involved. Second and goal from the 4. Brady and shotgun. Rachaad White's going to motion out now, so he's looking to throw. Brady looking to throw. Going to throw it for the end zone. Caught! Chris Godwin. Touchdown. Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Let's go. And all the German Buccaneer fans there are going crazy. This officially makes it a 3-possession game. Now, this is where if you're a fantasy owner of any Seahawks players, you got to feel good about it. But there's a flag. Wait a second. There's a flag on the play. This might be against Tampa Bay. It is a touchdown, but what's the call? So I guess they maybe picked up the flag. They're saying that maybe the I guess there was no, because the ball didn't get thrown over that direction, that they because the Tampa Bay Buccaneers looked like they were going to set up for a quick screen pass to Rachaad White. You know, when they do that quick pass, they have the receivers out there just already blocking, but the ball didn't go that direction at all. So maybe they deemed that it was inconsequential, but extra point coming right up for Ryan Suckup, and the extra point is good, just about. So it's going to be 21-3 Tampa Bay. So if anyone has any Seattle Seahawks offensive players in fantasy, you might be lucky. You might be in store for a whole bunch, because they're going to be going real hurry up. On the day so far, Geno Smith, 167 passing yards. He's been sacked 3 times for a negative 31 yards. They haven't been able to do anything running the football. And you have to think they're going to go, of course, they're going to go into hurry up. They're going to be passing the ball a lot more. So not the best game. So we're at 32 likes. We're at 30. That's TDP, Tyrion Davis Price likes. Let me see some other number 32s for the 49ers. Kevin Barlow, Michael Lewis. Help me out here. Anyone who wants to help out as well. But yeah, Seattle's going to go hurry up. They're going to be passing the ball a lot more. The one thing which, Seattle is that they have a couple of really nice speed receivers. Of course, Tyler Lockett, we all know about him. Marquise Goodwin, former 49er, had a really nice year for the 49ers in 2017, I believe. Is able to, he's very fast, but they need some big plays quickly. So it's 3 possessions. Let's see, there is about 10:48 left. So it's not, this game ain't over, but let's just say the lady's getting ready to sing. We'll put it that way. The lady is getting ready to sing. Let's get Nick Bosa likes. 97 likes. Let's get to 100. Screw it. We got 40 people in here. There's 10:48 left in the game. Seattle down by 18. Not looking good for the Seahawks. They haven't been able to get their run game going. And that the run game goes, that's how Seattle's offense goes. Look, they have great receivers, DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett. They have some solid tight ends as well. But for Seattle, when you have a quarterback like Geno Smith, and look, I think he's played very well this season. Let's not make any mistakes about that. But Geno Smith is not Mahomes. He's not Josh Allen. He's not, he's not a top 5 quarterback. So the way you get Geno Smith playing effectively is when you run the ball effectively. Tampa Bay are one of those teams. They have a really good defensive line, especially against the run. Yeah, I think they're showing some old NFL Europe, and that's where Kurt Warner came from. He was with the Amsterdam Admirals. Let's go, Shifties. 40 people in here. Thank you guys for being here. Do consider subscribing to the channel. Coming up right after this, kickoff will be at 10 a.m. It's going to be 10 a.m. local time for me. Is going to be Vikings at the Bills. Kick is away. DJ Dallas takes it up to about their own 23-yard line. I always think in a situation like this, it is kind of worth it to return the kick, because you might get a big special teams play. So this season, Geno Smith has had 9 touchdown pass attempts of 20-plus air yards. That's the most in the NFL. That's 9 touchdowns on the season that go for 20 or more yards in the air. Today, he hasn't had a single pass for 20 or more yards. 1st and 10, Seattle. at their own 23. Geno behind center. Walker in the backfield. 3 receivers and a tight end. Snap is away. Fakes the handoff. He's going to be under pressure. Dumps it off to Kenneth Walker's got some blockers ahead of him. Going to get about 10 yards, 15, 20. Gets a really nice gain there on first down. Clever little screen pass. Fakes the handoff to Kenneth Walker. Walker kind of motions out wide. Throws it out to him. Gets good blockers ahead of him. The field here is getting torn up. They're used to like the soccer cleats, not the NFL cleats. So they're up to their own 46-yard line now. Geno Smith in shotgun. Snap is away. Looking to throw. Under some pressure. Throws across the middle. Looking for Will Dissly, but way too high. Going to be incomplete. Tom Brady or Montana all time. There is a flag on the play, too. We'll see what the flag is. It's against the defense. Looks like it's illegal use of hands against the defense. That's going to be a 5-yard penalty and remains first down. Look, I'll be brutally honest. I think that Brady is the best of all time. I do think Montana's probably second. I would say Montana's second to Brady, but I'm honest. So I think that Brady is the best. It's hard to deny just how many Super Bowls he's won. He's won Super Bowls with 2 different teams. He's been to how many Super Bowls? Brady's won 6, I think. He's won 6, right? And he's been to like 9 or something. It's crazy. 1st and 10 Seattle up to the Tampa Bay 49-yard line. Still over 10 minutes left. This drive has only taken 30 seconds off the clock. Geno looking to throw. Going to have to roll out. Dumps it off to Kenneth Walker. Walker, really nice run right there. Going to pick up about 12 yards. So they are getting chunk plays and they're getting out of bounds, which the clock does begin to move once the ball gets reset. But anything, every second helps. Brady's won 7. I thought it was 6, but hey, I'm happy to be 7 he's been to, or 7 that he's won. I think he's won 6. I'm curious. I'm going to look it up after this play. 1st and 10, Geno has to dump it off, and Kenneth Walker again gets about 5 yards on the play. Really nice play right there. Brady's won 7 Super Bowls? Seems like I don't think that's. I'm not trying to like doubt you, but I was just convinced that it was. I was convinced that it was 6. No, you're right. You're right. You are right. 7 times. Wow, even more impressive. You're right. Yeah, you are right. New England have 6 Super Bowls. God damn it. 2nd and 3. Geno in shotgun, empty backfield. Gets the ball to Noah Fant, who takes a bit of a shot there at the end. They're all the way up to the Tampa Bay 21. Now, a lot more time is coming off the clock here. No, you're totally right. I thought it was 6, but you are 100% right. I remembered him winning. I only remember him winning 5 in New England. Clearly, he won 7. So, Geno Smith, shotgun again. 1st and 10 at the Tampa Bay 21. Less than 8.5 minutes left. In shotgun, empty backfield. 3 receivers down low, looking to throw. Under pressure, going to throw it. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett, and that is a touchdown for the Seattle Seahawks. And they were able to move the ball with ease on that drive. And that was a really efficient drive. Only took 2.5 minutes off the clock. So this is game on. Montana won 4. Montana went to 4 and won 4. And Montana in his 4 Super Bowls combined 11 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. But Brady is Montana, we could have been to more, but, Montana, of course, had more injury history for sure. He missed multiple seasons. But at the end of the day, the stats are what they are. To me, Brady is the best of all time, but Montana I would put second. They're actually going for 2 here, so this is interesting. They don't need to go for 2 here, but I can see why they're doing it, kind of. Snap is away. Geno looking to throw. Nobody open. He's got time. They only rush 3. Throws it. Incomplete. I thought that was a little bit early to go for 2. I didn't think you needed that. Yeah, I remember him winning. See, I remember him winning with the Buccaneers, but I didn't remember him winning 6 with the Patriots. Because the Patriots beat The Rams in the Super Bowl, they beat the Panthers in the Super Bowl. Those were the two Vinatieri, I think, kicks. They beat the Seahawks when Russell Wilson threw the interception at the end. Who else did they beat? The Rams in the Super Bowl with that like 7-3 game or 10-3 or something like that. Young most touchdowns in the Super Bowl in a single game, yes. Bryant, yeah, in a single game, because I think Young had that game 5 or 6 touchdowns against the Chargers. That game was just a slaughter. Like the Niners, 2 of their Super Bowl wins have just been absolute slaughters. Like against the Broncos in the 89 season, 55-10, I think was the final score against John Elway. And then against the Chargers, yeah, that Chargers team just was never going to hold up against the 49ers. Stan Humphries, the quarterback, like jeepers. But and I remember reading and hearing about it from. Yeah, I don't think they should have gone for 2 right there because they didn't. I think you go for 2 when you have to go for 2, simply because if they had gone for just the extra point, then it would be 21-10, and then it would still be a 2-possession game, but a 2-possession game with you could do a 2-point conversion and a field goal. But now they have to go for 2 touchdowns, which maybe that is in a way better now that you know you have to get 2 touchdowns. Steelers, Patriots have 6 rings. Yes. The Cowboys and the 49ers have 5. But I'm trying to... So, wait, Brady, 6 Super Bowls with the Patriots. So he beat the Rams twice. One of them was Vinatieri. The other time was the great defensive performance against Goff. Beat the Panthers. I think that was another Vinatieri kick. They beat the Seahawks. They beat the Falcons, of course, the 28-3 game. And then what was the other Super Bowl? I'm trying to think. What was the other Super Bowl that they won? Off the top of my head, that's... it'll come to me. So Seattle, are they going to maybe attempt an onside kick? I think it's a little early for an onside kick. I mean, there's still time. Montana over Brady because of the era and today's rules protect the quarterback. Damian, I mean, you know that I'm a big Niner fan, of course. And look, I love me some Joe. Joe Cool. He's the true Joe Cool. Kick was away, by the way. Jalen Darden takes it up and is going to get up to about the 22-yard line. So Tampa Bay will have first down at the 22. I just think that Brady, you go to 9 Super Bowls, you win 7 of them. Like, he is almost twice as many. Now, look, of course, how many seasons has Brady played compared to Montana? Montana missed a number with injury. But I have to be impartial. I think Brady's the best. Brady is the best. I would put Montana 2. Then I think you have, like, there's a bunch of other guys you could make arguments for. And it gets tough because of era. You know, you could talk about Peyton Manning. You could talk about Johnny Unitas. You could talk about a lot of different guys. I think it then comes down to personal opinion. 1st and 10. So they're going to hand it off and to, who's number 21? They lose about a half a yard on the play. The Eagles, that's the one. The Eagles, that's the one. I remember watching that. That was back in 2006. That was the game where Terrell Owens came back like after a month, after a broken leg. They had McNabb. That's the one that I forgot about. Well, they did beat, no, Brian, you're right. They beat the Rams twice in the Super Bowls. The one that you forgot, I think, was the Panthers one. I believe they beat the Panthers in the Super Bowl. 2nd and 10 now. Brady looking to throw. Going to throw it across the middle. Going to be incomplete. And that's Michael Jackson who breaks up the pass. Giants beat him twice. Yeah, that was Brady's kryptonite. Eli Manning, of all people. That was a great play, actually, there by the cornerback, Michael Jackson. Break up the play from Julio Jones, because that would have been a nice game. Now, 7:36 left. Suddenly, it's 3rd and 10 here. Seattle can get the ball back with a lot of time left. This game is far from over, folks. 3rd and 10. What do they have dialed up here? Brady's going to get in the pocket, throws it out, and the Seahawk defender slipped, so it's going to be a 1st down. And that is Vaughn. Vaughn with the first down. Wow, Brady was in trouble in the pocket. Manages to maneuver his way around. Throws it to Vaughn. But the Seahawk linebacker, Jordan Brooks, had slipped in this grass, so was unable to make the tackle, and it's a first down Tampa Bay, big first down, because now with the next 3 plays, they could take at least a minute and a half, 2 minutes off the clock. And the clock is winding down. There's 7 minutes left, 7:08. And I think Seattle might be taking a timeout here for an injury timeout. Jordan Brooks, the very good linebacker, he's on the ground now. Couldn't make it to the sidelines. OGX says Breeze is great. Yeah, Breeze was awesome. The rings he lost was... Wait, so Brady has been to 10 Super Bowls then, has he? So Brady's been to 10 Super Bowls? Because he won 6 with the Patriots. He lost twice to the Giants. He lost once to the Eagles. So that's 6 plus 3 is 9. And then the 10th one was winning with the Buccaneers. He's been to 10 Super Bowls. The rings he lost, yeah. Lost the ring to Giselle. Oof. And I'm sure that was a pretty expensive one, too. 32 likes, 856 subscribers, 40 people in here. This game is winding down, but there's still enough time for Seattle to make some moves. There's 7:36 left. 2-possession game. Seattle defense needs to get some stops here. Oh, I know that his wife, I guess technically still is, but soon to be was. But I want to say that Brady lost to Eli Manning twice, though, in the Super Bowl, right? Or have I gone crazy? Because he lost to Nick Foles and he lost to Manning twice. So that's 10. Yeah, that's 10 Super Bowls. But some of the quarterbacks that he's beat in the Super Bowls, like, let's be real. Like, he beat, let me see. He beat Jake Delhomme. He beat Kurt Warner, or was that Bulger? I can't remember if it was Kurt Warner or Mark Bulger. He beat Jared Goff, Donovan McNabb, not exactly Matt Ryan, like not exactly a who's who of quarterbacks compared to Montana. Beat Dan Marino, John Elway, Boomer Esiason. This game has been really dominated. Great job by Tampa Bay. They've been able to run the offense that Seattle normally runs. They've been able to run the ball incredibly effectively. Like it's going to be 1st and 10 Tampa Bay I formation. They hand it off to Vaughn again, who gets a couple of yards on first down. But if you look at the rushing yards, Tampa Bay 129 rushing yards, Seattle 30. That is nowhere near Seattle's recipe for winning. Less than 7 minutes left. It's going to be 2nd and 8 for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Fournette on the sideline, helmet off. No word on what the deal is there. And we haven't seen Rashad White out there in a minute, too. So they're rooking with Keyshawn Vaughn. Brady in shotgun, back to his left. Snap his way, looking to throw it. Across the middle. Intercepted! Intercepted by the Seahawks. And what were they thinking? That was Jimmy Garoppolo-esque. Throws it right to the linebacker. And folks, do we have a game now? Holy moly. There's still 6.5 minutes left. Seattle with the big interception. Brady with the huge interception. And what was he thinking? You see the Seattle fans are going nuts. The German Seattle fans. Das ist good. Brady doesn't see the linebacker. That's the second time. That could have been, we talk about Jimmy Garoppolo making mistakes. That was a boneheaded one right there. So 1st and 10 Seattle at the Tampa Bay 45-yard line. Geno in shotgun back to his right. It might have been an offside against the defense. Geno Smith looking to throw. Throws it. Incomplete, looking for Lockett. No flag on the play, so not offside. Tom Brady had thrown his last 399 attempts without an interception, and then he gets picked off. He was only 3 away. I believe that's why TB under. Yeah, seriously. 2nd and 10 right now for the Seahawks. Geno Smith, shotgun, no one in the backfield. 3 receivers down low, 2 up top, snap is away, under some pressure, throws it, dumps it off to Colby Parkinson, fights for a couple of yards right there, and is going to get about 6 or 7 yards. Now, of course, if you're Seattle, you are in 4-down territory. There's absolutely no doubt about it. It's 3rd and 4. I think that the Bills probably win, but I'm interested to see how the Vikings do against like elite competition like that. 45 people in here. Subscribe to the channel, guys. It really helps out, and it's free too. 3rd and 4. Geno and shotgun back to his left, looking to throw. Got time, throwing it for Parkinson, just too high. Just too high for Parkinson. He had a lot of time in the pocket. Excellent blocking by the Seattle offensive line, but just threw it way too high. We're up to 858 subscribers, and we hit Roger Craig likes. Let's get to 35 likes. Let's keep it going. Thank you to all the new subscribers. Stay tuned because I'm going to be posting the link once the game is over to the next stream. I'm going to be doing the Vikings at the Bills. That's going to be a good one. 5:43 left. It's 4th down now for the Seahawks. Snap is away. Geno looking to throw. He's running out of time. Throws it. It's going to be caught by Tyler Lockett. So it's a 1st down, Seattle inside the 30-yard line, about the 27. So they extend the drive. There's 5.5 minutes left. 1st and 10, Seattle. They got to get 2 touchdowns before this game is over if they want to win it. Geno's going to be in shotgun. Empty backfield. Snap is away. No, it's not. Never mind. Snap is away. Geno looking to throw. Got time in the pocket. Looking. Time's running out. He's going to get breaks out of tackles. Geno's running forward. Going to get about 9 yards. And there's going to be a flag for a late hit on Levante David. Now, I don't know if you call the flag. He kind of... That's so difficult. I think you have to pick this flag up. There's 50 people in here, guys. Like and subscribe. Really helps out. We got less than 5 minutes left in this game. Seattle's driving. Geno running for it. And I think that he got hit before he slid. I don't know. That's such a bang play right there. Either way, it's at least a pickup of 9 for Geno. But he tried to punch the ball out too. I just don't think that's a roughing the unnecessary roughness. I just don't. He's trying to make a play to knock the ball out. I mean, it looks rough. Okay. They're not. They picked up the flag. So good call, official. 2nd and 1, though, at the Tampa Bay 19. Geno and shotgun back to his right. Maybe they hand it off here. 3 receivers up top. Looks like Goodwin, Metcalf, and Lockett. Noah Fant down low. Snap is away. Geno is looking to throw. Going to throw it deep for Fant. Touchdown! It looks like he did not get his feet in bounds. Damn, that was close for Seattle. Wow, I thought that was a touchdown. Threw it deep for Noah Fant. They like that matchup against Levante David. Noah Fant definitely has the height advantage there. Let's see. Catch it, doesn't have possession of the ball. Definitely out of bounds. So it's 3rd and 1 for the Seahawks at the Tampa Bay 19. They went for it all there. Left foot was in bounds, but it was still bobbling the ball a little bit. So it's going to be 3rd and 1 now. Geno and shotgun back to his left. They are going to hand it off, and he's not going to get the 1st down. That's exactly what Seattle did not want. So now it's going to be 4th down and 1. It's going to be a long one. Seattle, first of all, got to get the 1st down. Then they have to worry about the touchdown. They hand it off to Kenneth Walker, thinking that'd be a bit of a gimme for a 1st down, but they don't get it. Good luck, no religion at the winery. Do your thing. Flirt with pretty girls from around the world. Do a little flirting. I'm all in favor of it. In shotgun now. Geno Smith fakes the handoff. Throwing it for the end zone. He caught it. Marquise Goodwin catches it. The former 49er with the big-time reception. Excellent throw. Geno Smith rolls out to his left, kind of throwing against his body. A bit of a similar throw to the Jimmy Garoppolo touchdown to George Kittle. There's less than 4 minutes left, and Seattle throw the touchdown. Whoops, how did I do that with the score? and it's going to be 15-21. They got to go. Actually, they don't have to go for 2 because either way, they'll need a touchdown. So I think they just kicked the extra point here. In coverage, Sean Murphy bunting, just couldn't reach it. Marquise Goodwin, does he secure the ball through the catch? He does. That's a good touchdown. Extra point coming right up for Seattle. And it's going to be up and good. So now, game on. Brady threw the interception in the last drive. And this Seahawks team has come alive in the fourth quarter. They've put up 13 points in the fourth quarter. Less than 4 minutes left. The Tom Brady interception, brutal. Geno Smith, suddenly 275 passing yards, 2 touchdown passes. 1 to Goodwin and 1 to Tyler Lockett. 52 people in here, guys. You know what to do. Like and subscribe. Let's go. 54 people. This is going to be a real exciting finish all the way to the end. Now, I think if you're Seattle, you just kick the ball away. You just do a regular kickoff. There's under 4 minutes, but Seattle has all 3 timeouts. Of course, there's the 2-minute warning as well. So the Buccaneers, they need to get some first downs here. If the Buccaneers they need to really get 2 first downs on this drive, then they can clinch it. But the Seattle defense is going to be playing very aggressive. They're going to be incredibly aggressive, too, stopping the run. Tom Brady's interception on the last drive has proved to be critical right here. And the Buccaneers, who were comfortably leading for so much of the game, now it's fading away. The kick is away. Tampa takes it at their 9-yard line. It's Rachaad White. Gets almost nothing on the return. So not great field position for the Buccaneers. They're going to have the ball maybe at inside their own 20, I think. This game is game on right there. The big interception by Brady. Unbelievable. And that was Barton for the Seahawks, who had the interception earlier in the game. Seattle is able to convert and turn that into 7 points. It's now a 6-point game. Brady in shotgun, back to his right. They hand it off to Rachaad White, who's going to get basically nothing on first down. And do the Seahawks call timeouts now? I think they'll probably wait a little bit. 49 people in here, guys. Appreciate you all being here. Remember, coming up next is going to be the Vikings at the Bills. And that's going to be a fantastic game. Can't wait for that. 2nd and 9. They pick up of 1 by Tampa Bay. I think if Seattle gets a stop here, which we'll see what happens if they can get a stop here, I think they'll probably call timeout. Brady shotgun back to his left, 3 receivers up top, looking to throw it. Brady going to throw it across the middle. It's going to be caught. First down, Tampa Bay to Chris Godwin. Clutch play right there. There's 3 minutes. Clock is winding. First down, Buccaneers. Gutsy call right there. You had 3 receivers up top. Nice route combination. Kate Otten on the drag. Ultimately, you had a good Godwin on between a slant and a post route, like a skinny post. 2:40 left in the game. They're going to let this clock wind down. Brady shotgun back to his right. Snap is away. They don't let it wind down. There's 2:34 left. Rachaad White's going to get ahead for about 3 yards. 2nd and 7. And do the Seahawks, they are not going to call, now they call a timeout. 2:25 left in the game. Seattle's got to stop them here. They got no choice here. They called their first timeout at 2nd and 7. Seattle's got to stop them here. They can stop the clock before the 2-minute warning, assuming they can get 3 stops here. All right. This is going to be an exciting finish here in Munich, Germany. 2:25 left in the game. It's going to be 2nd down and 7. Tampa Bay, you think that they want to run the clock, but they really do, of course. If they get this first down, that could really just seal the game. So We'll see how aggressive they are in this. I think they'll probably run it here, see what they do. Brady's going to be behind center, single back. You have Julio Jones up top, Godwin and a tight end down low. We haven't seen Mike Evans for a while. He must be out of the game. Brady's going to hand it up the middle. First down! There we go! Big time run by the Buccaneers. Rachaad White gets about maybe 10 yards, 15 yards on the run. Seattle does call a timeout, so the game's not over yet. The game is not quite over yet. There's 2:17 left. Seattle calls their second timeout. So it's going to be 1st and 10. So Seattle essentially have 2 more timeouts. So they have their third and final one. Then they have their 2-minute warning. I think if you're Tampa Bay, you're just going to run and run. That would leave the Seahawks with not a whole lot of time left. Plus, where Tampa Bay are at on the field, if they end up having to punt it away, Seattle's not going to have good field position. But we'll see. We'll see what happens here. Tampa Bay have been aggressive. This season, Rachaad White, heading the first 9 games, Rachaad White had 117 rushing yards. Today, 87. I think Fournette's maybe banged up a little bit. They showed him earlier on the sideline with his helmet off, but nothing that I've seen official. 1st and 10, Tampa Bay. Brady behind center, White in the backfield, 2 receivers up top. A receiver and tight end down low. Snap is away. They are going to fake the handoff. They're going to throw it wide open. Julio Jones. Big time pickup right there inside the Seattle 40. And that's going to just about do the game here. A really gutsy play call. Play action. Normally you just see a run, play action. First down Tampa Bay. And that's going to become really close to getting the win here for Tampa. I mean, they basically have it sealed and delivered. Signed, sealed, delivered. I'm yours. Wow, what a gutsy play call. Fakes the handoff to Rachaad White. Seattle sold out to stop the run, as I think you would expect them to do. Brady just guns it down the middle of the field deep. First down to Julio Jones. Julio Jones had a good game today. He had a touchdown reception earlier, and he's had 3 receptions, 53 yards, and a touchdown. Chris Godwin, 6 receptions, 71 yards, and a touchdown. And Evans had a pretty solid game too, but I think he's been out for a little while. So we're at the 2-minute warning. Seattle has 1 timeout left, if I'm not mistaken. And it's going to be 1st and 10 Tampa Bay. So they're going to have next to no time. If Tampa Bay just wants to run the ball a few times, at the very most, they'll probably have about less than 30 seconds. But we'll see what happens. We'll see how Tampa Bay, very aggressive, and I like it. I mean, when you have a guy like Brady, you have to just trust in Brady. 57 people in here, guys. Anyone who's new here, do consider liking the stream. Also, drop a subscription. I do football content all the time, mostly 49ers based. I'm going to be doing the Vikings at the Bills after this. Then, of course, we're going to be doing the 49ers and the Chargers tonight. That is going to be a good one. It's going to be a good one. Let's go. I can't wait for that game. Niners looking to sweep LA this season. We've already swept the Rams, beat them twice, looking to beat the Chargers. Should be a really fun one. Can't wait to see the boys do their thing. Up next, we have Minnesota at Buffalo. But Seattle's got to do something here. Seattle's got to they got to get stops, and I think this just is going to be too much for them to overcome. Unless, if Tampa Bay fumbles the ball, or if they get aggressive and throw another interception or something like that. Otherwise, it's going to be a little bit too hard to come back from, I think. Not much time left. They'll have no timeouts, and they need a touchdown. But we'll see. We're back in action here. There's someone with the 49er jersey. Love to see it. There you go. Someone with the Nick Bosa jersey. Brady behind center, I formation. They hand it off to Rachaad White. White's breaking tackles. It's going to be first down, and kneels down inside the 20-yard line. And that's going to do it for the game. That's game, set, and match. Seattle's not even going to call their timeout because they know this game is over. They eventually do call a timeout, but a pickup of about maybe 10, 15 yards there by Rachaad White. He's over 100 yards rushing on the day. Rachaad White, 22 carries for 105 yards. And they just lost contain. And that's going to be the game right there. We have 64 people in here, guys. Like the stream. Subscribe to the channel. We're going to have the Vikings and the Bills coming up. I'll be going live for that in about 20 minutes or so. But appreciate everyone for being here. Tom, terrific. Tom does it again. And there's Mike Evans. But this game is going to be over. It's 1st and 10. There's a minute 42 left. Tampa Bay in victory formation. Brady just taking a kneel right now. And Tampa Bay are going to win the game. So that's going to move Seattle to 6-4 on the season. Tampa Bay back to 500, 5-5. And the key difference in this one was the rushing attack, folks. The rushing attack. Let's look at the... Oh, thank you very much, Albert. I appreciate you. The key difference here is the rushing attack. Let's compare the rushing numbers. Seattle, 14 rushes for 39 yards, 2.8 yards per carry. Tampa Bay, 42 rushes. They ran the ball 3 times as much, and they had 163 yards on the ground. Only a 4-yard per carry average, but big time right there. Tampa Bay, yeah, love to see it, Tommy. Seahawks are taking the L on this one. Tampa Bay will get the win. They move to 5-5 on the season. Seattle is going to move down to 6-4. Seattle and Tampa Bay both going into their bye weeks now. Suddenly the Seahawks, their 4-game win streak is going to be snapped. Brady and the Buccaneers now. They've won, let's see, Brady and the Buccaneers now will have won 2 in a row going into their bye week. And when they come back from the bye, it's going to be the week of Thanksgiving. Seattle will be hosting the Raiders, so that'll be a favorable one. And then the Buccaneers will be playing against the Browns in Cleveland. So there we freaking go. Steak or chicken fajitas? For me, normally I would say I think I would go with steak, but for me right now it's 9:21 in the morning. Steak sounds like a lot at this time in the morning, so I'd go chicken right now. The game is over, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers win. Giselle's missing Tommy now, and Tommy's going to find himself a lovely German lady, I'm sure, tonight and do his thing. And the Buccaneers in Munich, Germany get the big time win. Wow. And it was the ground game. Both teams ultimately were able to move the ball effectively through the air. High fidelity. Enjoy the rest of your day, man. Enjoy work. I'm going to be here doing the Bills and Vikings. That's going to be coming up. I'll be going live for that in about 20 minutes. We have 48 people in here. So to break down the game, let's do a quick summary of the game right here. Tampa Bay leading at halftime, 14-0. Seattle in the second half outscored Tampa Bay 16-7. They really just were unable to move the ball on the ground, and that's not a recipe for success for Seattle. Ultimately, statistically, Geno Smith, a nice game, 275 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. But he did critically have a fumble lost in the red zone, and that was the difference right there between winning and losing. Brady had a solid game, ended up throwing a critical interception. Could have had a couple of passes intercepted today. Luckily got away with it. But just, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. And then, all right, so let's get back here. So a little bit later on, folks, I just posted in the stream the link. This is going to be for the Vikings and Bills. I'll be going live for that in probably about 20 minutes or so. going to take a little bit of a break until then. Thank you again. Like the stream before you head out. It really helps out the channel. And of course, do consider subscribing to the channel. Thank you very much, Albert. I really appreciate that. That means a lot. Yeah, I'm just a football nut, if anything. But yeah, I appreciate you spreading the word and sharing that, and that's awesome of you. And that really means a lot to me. And thank you for the compliment. We're going to have a good game coming up here soon, folks, in Minnesota at Buffalo. If anyone has any questions for me before we go, any questions on the game, let me know. No sacks either for the Seahawks defense. No sacks. But really, really just, Seattle could just not get the ground game going. They could just not get it. And that's just something that, look, Geno had some good numbers, but I don't think that he's the guy that you have to put the ball in his hands to win. You got to get good situations. You turn the ball over in the red zone. All the little things that you just cannot do. Excellent play calling, too, I think, by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They had some really nice plays that caused some problems for the Seattle defense. Seattle's defense, their secondary, their back seven was really just their linebackers and secondary were confused on many occasions. And they didn't look great. But overall, folks, thank you for being here. There's still 34 people in here. Do consider hopping over to the other stream. We'll be doing that a little bit. I'll be going there, going live there at about 9:45 or so. That's going to be a really fun time. Before you head out, do consider, again, a subscription really, really helps out. I really appreciate that. We're on the march to 1,000 subscribers. But that's going to do it for me here, folks, from this one. Thanks again, everybody, for being here. And awesome, all the engagement, all the people here. If you do have any questions or comments before I hop out, drop them in the chat right now. And coming up next, the Minnesota Vikings, Minnesota, and the Buffalo Bills. And we're going to be stoked for that one. But I'm going to peace on out of here, guys. Get yourself some breakfast. Get yourself some lunch wherever you're at. Join me for that. That's going to be a whole lot of fun. Really appreciate everyone for being here again. And join me in about 20 minutes going live. Minnesota, Buffalo. We'll see you.